And welcome back on a sunny Saturday for everybody. We are here back in AGL and we are kicking off the semi-final of the playoffs. So we're going to be having Atrox Jacks versus Durag here in the first one, and then later tonight at 9, Caliber Envy versus Caliber Reapers. But for the Atrox Jacks versus Durag game, you can see Durag here is the favorite, 62% to 38% on that Jack side. I mean, Jax is number two in the rankings, but just have not been playing the best, of late. They have not been playing, Jax Siege, and it's just been, kind of a crapshoot of who's going to really win these games. And, the way Jack's been playing has not been great. I mean, they did get a win yesterday. I think they might have beat Watermelon Snooze yesterday, because I'm pretty sure Clover played Envy. We already know how that went. We don't even got to, get a win for them. Oh, I supposed to lost to Reapers yesterday. Terry informs me. Sorry, I don't have my information totally correct, but yeah, I think this is a 2 versus 4 matchup. If I'm not wrong, the next one's a 2-3, right? Is it 2-3? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 2-3 this game, 1-4 next game. Reapers and Envy. So you already know Envy is on the top there on that side. But here's our maps here: Clubhouse, Coastline, and Chalet. So as you can see, Jax will be attacking first here. With Durag on the defense for the clubhouse match, the coastline match, or you're going to be, a frag fest. That's probably going to go Durag map there. Clubhouse is a pretty Jack verted map, but they haven't been, playing it great of late. It's kind of almost like an Oregon type, and they just have not been playing these two maps, great. But I think Jax will take this map, and I think Durag will take their map. I think this is probably going to go 3 maps here to Chalet, and Chalet we know is a Durag map. They did take down Envy on this map with no strats on the Envy side, so maybe this map might go Durag, maybe I might go Jax, but I think they're both going to win their map picks here for once. I think they're going to win their map picks, and they're going to go for a third map. I just think Durag going to prevail in this matchup. I think Durag right now has just have the stamina to play these 3 maps. I don't think Jax has the stamina to play these 3 maps. I think after that coastline map, I feel like Jax is gonna round the gas their frag potential. I mean, their frag potential barely lasts one game. If the guys you see like Prolixel is gonna play his game, but if you have guys and they're like Fate who are not playing their best, or Rivers, also known I think it used to be Runsby, as his name used to be. If they don't play their best in these first 2 maps, I think map 3 is probably going to go Durag way, and that's basically what I have here on the analyst desk. We have all 5 in, so I'm gonna send it down to our casters and let them hopefully take away your ears away and give you guys some insight on this game. And Grimmy will get it under for you guys in a second. So casters, you guys can go ahead and take it away.
Contrary to popular belief, we will not be taking your ears. You
Yeah,
can
I was
keep
about to
those,
say.
but we will be gracing them with a wonderful cast, most hopefully. This is a very interesting prediction from Cubes. I feel like Durag this season has been a real struggle. Obviously, with the pickup of Aiden, they do have a chance of having to be a little bit of a surprise factor. Aiden is a great player, and I hope that he really shows what he can do here. But Atrox Jacks have looked really good this season, up until the last half where they fell off a little bit. But I still think Jacks are a very strong team, and they have a chance of locking this out 2-0. This could go the distance, though, and if it goes the distance, I don't know who that favors, because Shelly's an interesting map. Durag have already shown they could be strong on it, but it's a matter of how have Atrox Jacks played it, and do Durag have that stamina with picking up so many new players?
Yeah, I 100% agree. This map pool in general for this best of 3 is really interesting. You have Clubhouse, which is pretty run of the mill kind of standard map in Siege, but then you have Coastline, which is kind of the outlier where it's definitely frag based. You don't really see too much planting going down. It's just whoever can frag out heavily. And then there's Chalet. Chalet's weird. Chalet is similar to Coastline in terms of like frag out, but then it has just a little bit of kick to it. You know what I mean? If you don't really play comp on Chalet, you'd be pretty shocked to see that basement is pretty much not played at all. And I mean, I haven't really seen AGL play Chalet too much. So I'm going to be very interested. Obviously, like we said, Durag has played and has proven they can win. But I mean, it's definitely a wild card for sure.
Yeah, this is probably the most attacker favored map pool ever, minus
100%.
Consulate. Like Clubhouse is like the only map where I'd expect maybe a 4-2 defense split, and
Yeah.
even then a 3-3 attack split isn't unreasonable on Clubhouse. So I feel like a lot of these maps are going to be about frag fest. They're going to be about getting your kills. And both these teams are surprisingly good at doing just that. So it really is just going to be such a frag fest coming into Clubhouse, especially, which is going to be the map we start off on. It's going to be where everyone's most ready for and has all their stamina. So getting into the map here, what do we expect for bans?
I mean, Thatcher. I feel like it's pretty much confirmed. I mean, you always see a Thatcher ban pretty much on most maps. Probably we won't see one on Coastline, but for Clubhouse, probably see a Thatcher. Maybe a Jackal, maybe an Ace could be come out. Probably not, but I wouldn't be too shocked if it did. I feel like there's more needs that you have to make. Maybe Habana just a Oh my goodness,
Whoa.
that scared me. I don't know what that was from, but excuse us. Maybe Habana just to like when they do go down to that basement site, they just have a little more ease with getting those hatches for in terms of defense. But yeah, Thatcher pretty much confirmed. I mean, I feel like we always expected a Thatcher ban.
Surprise, surprise, the SAS operator down first. I'm maybe we could see a Maverick here and then just make this map an entirely different ball game. But most likely a Maverick will be left on the board. This is more likely to be a Jackal or a Habana or something silly like that. Maybe we'll see like a Lion ban because I do know that I don't think either of these teams like playing Lion, but Lion is definitely a pick that can come out. Jackal getting banned, meaning that roam game is going to be all the more persistent, especially Vigil.
Yeah. And I mean, if we're gonna go over to defense now, Valk, Mira, Cade. If it's not one of those three, I will be genuinely shocked. To be honest with you, Clubhouse, Valk can be very strong. Mira's Mira, Cade is Cade. I mean, I feel that's kind of self-explanatory.
Which is weird because I remember a time where it felt like it was just Maestro Echo bans, and Maestro really hasn't been nerfed all that much. Cade off the board this time, but Maestro's still a super strong operator, but I feel like people just don't play him for whatever reason, don't ban him. People have kind of left him by the wayside. Maybe they're just not scared of those 80 rounds. Maybe those Maestro camps just don't do it the same way that smoke canisters do, or whatever have you, but I don't know. It's obvious to say like, oh, Cade, Mira, Malusi maybe. Malusi's another good one that could possibly come off the board here, but it will indeed be Malusi actually. So
For three,
that's
I like that.
A lot of fragging potential off the board. Malusi being a 3-speed with the MP5 and those gadgets slowing the attackers.
Yeah, and just kind of reiterate what you talked about Maestro. It's definitely puzzling to me that Maestro's pick rate has definitely dropped a little bit, especially since last season. We saw him a good amount in AGL last season, and I don't know. I guess teams just decided, no, we don't really want to bring him. But people, to go off the phrase you said, we're not afraid of those 80 bullets. You 100% should be. He pretty much is a fragging Echo, if you will. He doesn't have the gadget that Echo does to like stop the plant, but I mean it's still an Echo drone, just a little bit of downgrade. But those 80 bullets, that gun, no recoil, 80 bullets. I mean, what could you really ask for? He is such a good operator, and it's really sad to see. And I feel like it's just definitely a kind of lapse of judgment, if you will, from just all the teams in AGL. You need to bring Maestro. Maestro could be so really effective. He has intel, he has a little bit of denial on plant, and he has 80 bullets. I mean, what else could you really be asking for?
I think it's weird because I feel like Maestro actually is worse because of the Jaeger and Laminers that happen. Now that you don't have to dump so much utility to deal with shields and stuff like that, I feel like there's more utility to deal with the Maestro camps, which is maybe why he hasn't seen as much play. That being said, there's a lot of teams that don't necessarily bring all the explosives they could need. However, on the side of Atrox Jacked, we'll be seeing at least 7 explosives. So I think they're well equipped to deal with Maestro's deployable shields and anything of the sort.
Yeah, I mean, they have nades with Maverick. They have obviously the Hard Breach Queens themselves, Sophia and Ash. And even if they really wanted to get a little outside the box, they have Ace, who can also act as a soft breacher. It's not conventional, but I mean, if it needs to come down to that, they could come down to that.
I feel like people forget that about Ace a lot, that he can kind of fill the role of maybe a Sophia or something of the sort.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the most conventional, but definitely still effective. The only issue is it can be shot off And that's a real bad thing to see when, you're throwing such an important gadget that can do so much, and you're just kind of hoping it works instead of really just guaranteeing you open up a wall like you usually do.
Yeah, 100%. He's definitely like a Plan B type of thing. And not to mention that it's pretty noticeable when you have the ace charge going, like activating. It's pretty loud. So, yeah, it's definitely like worst case scenario type of thing if you need a soft breach. But I mean, he is there. But I mean, I think, speaking of ace, they already got the main wall breached open. And that is record time there, as actually ace is going to rotate over to logistics. So it might be a kind of construction back take there, and using just the breach to kind of cut off any angles, kind of shut off any rotate over to cash.
Yeah, this is a lot of control trying to be established by Atrox Jax. It could be their undoing, however, if they just don't cross all of their boxes. They have the time to do so, and they have the drones to do it as well. They've only lost 2. This is very good drone management. Gills is now throwing out his drones. He is the player on the balcony. Splimey's looking to get the pick, but not quite giving him anything quite yet. There'll be a peek out. Aiden will take a lot of damage. Rivers is actually the one on the balcony now. It seems that Gills has rotated away to help his teammates with construction.
Yeah, I feel like this is a full-on construction take. I saw at least 3. I'm not sure. Oh, excuse me, all 4 there. And it's finally the entry going off. Wish you were Aiden. It's going to get the pick onto Fate. That is one over by construction. That is the Ash. Rivers is going to get down by the breach. Not before Maverick on Vent is going to get the nade kill onto Wish. That is the refrag there. So it's a 4v4 with Rivers being down. I believe Prolix was in construction, so I don't think Rivers is actually going to get picked up into this round. So it's going to be Jax on a 3v4 situation. He's just going to walk right into sight. How does X not hit that frag? Prolixo's into sight, and he's going to get the planter down. It looks like this is the exact opportunity they wanted. Vent is going to get another kill there. He's on 3. Plant is going down. Now it's just S-Han and Chris left alone to try to get a retake, excuse me. And it's going to be Vent getting a quad kill. Can he find the ace?
Get the ace!
He can! Wow, Vent with the ace, first round of the best of 3. What a great round there by the Atrox Jax.
Wish you were Aiden. I wish I was Vent. He walked in and absolutely demolished everyone in sight. And I do quite mean literally everyone in sight. There was basically no roam presence from the side of Durag, which allowed that pinch to come out. And once the kills started coming out, once Vent started feeling himself, he knew exactly where to find every single one of his opponents because they were all grouped up in small locations. CCTV is such a small site. It's not that bad to play 1 or 2 players off site late into the round to maybe go for nitro cells from below, go for flanks, try to hold long angles. But instead, they all grouped up on site, and when the swings came out, Vent just had perfect aim. I mean, he took a bunch of gunfights, heads up. Some of them he even wasn't paying attention to, and he took later. Like that Valkyrie swinging the corner, he definitely had the disadvantage there, but he managed to hit the flick, so it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah, 100% Vent just took on the whole team of Durag and just came out victorious. And yeah, it's definitely a little bit questionable that the site presence was so heavy for that round for Durag. And I also just want to point out that they had Bandit, they had Valk, and I believe they had cams in sight, so why not a good opportunity? There wasn't a whole lot of presence there in Garage or just the one person up with on Breach, but they were down, so why not rotate down, try to sauce up a nade, or excuse me, a nitro through the floor and to stop that point, because the chances of you swinging on to like near those red stairs rotate or even the doorway between sites, and the chances of you winning a gunfight there is pretty much 0 to none. So why not take the chances and throw a nitro up? I mean, not have to worry about a gunfight, and the chances of you getting the planter down is pretty high.
Even if you miss the planter, you still can play from below and try to pre-fire other common spots, try to play for a retake. In that case, they were just all on site and all died, and so there was no chance to play for a retake or anything like that.
Yeah.
And what's even weirder to me is that, well, I guess I should zoom back. Where did the plant go down? The plant actually went down in a very dangerous location. It went down at the breach from construction, which isn't the easiest thing to contest, but they definitely had the angles and they definitely had the utility to do so. Maybe they just didn't have the intel, but they have the Valkyrie. There's no excuse for not having the intel on them. Unless Splimey is throwing his cams super far away. But if he's throwing his cams so far away, why is everyone on site? There's some mismanagement of either utility, intel, or just not paying attention.
Yeah, 100% agree. That's what kind of made me make that assumption that the cams were inside because everybody was so heavily present on site. So that was just my judgment. I'm not sure exactly where the Val cams are, but yeah, if Val cams were inside, that definitely seems like a missed opportunity to not go for a nitro play there. And it looks like, speaking of Spimy, I think he actually got spotted there on the main stairs, but he's gonna have to rotate back down by Billiards. We just saw him, so it looks like he was going to go for a kind of a cheeky flank there, as it looks like it's going to be another construction take here from the Atrox Jax.
Yeah, the floor under logistics is soft. They could go for a nitro. Splimey might have a cam in there, and if he does, that would be a crucial pick, especially if he can get it on the Vent, who was so instrumental last round. No, Vent's actually going to be entering through Strip. Not the most common entrance, but I suppose it works, except it doesn't.
Yeah, great timing there. And as Anti's going to get a pick onto face, so on this time around, it's going very, very well for Durag. They have man advantage here, 5-3. And yeah, Vent did opt to go to Strip Club there, trying to see. I believe he knew that Slimy was somewhere around there, and he was going to go try to get that frag. He was high off last round, and he was feeling himself, but Slimy on a good kill there. And we're going to get another couple kills there. They're going to get traded out. It's just Rivers and Prolixel here down in construction. And Prolixel is going to get his head taken off there. That's actually on right by Green Box. That's a great shot from him. So it's just Rivers now outside the breach of main wall. Everybody knows where he is. He has 20 seconds. He's going to get anti. That is the rafters of Garage. He has 3 more, 15 seconds left. The Nitro underneath is going to get replaced. Will it be ignited? No, XN's going to take a lot of damage, and it will. Chris is going to get the final kill there onto Rivers with a good Nitro. That's what we wanted to see last round, and it comes out this round. And now, Durag makes it 1-1.
A lot better adaptation. The roam game was much more strong. They managed to persist. They weren't cleared out correctly. And then in the late round, even though they had the man advantage, they still played those players below and managed to get the nitro kills. So a lot better of an adaptation from them. They played that site much better than the first time around, and hopefully it doesn't take them 2 rounds to figure out Church Arsenal this time as well.
Yeah, 100% agree. It definitely a big audible compared to the first round and second round. So really good adaptation from Durag. Like you said, they had the roam presence was the key factor that lost in the first round, and it was the key factor that won of the second round. So on Church, it's going to be a little interesting because you don't need a big roam presence, I would say, for this site. You could probably get away with just having 1. If you opt to go 2, it wouldn't be the worst thing either. But I mean, there's a lot of space and like areas you could sit and anchor from on this site, and if you even can like extension out into blue and can sit there pretty safe without really being in too big of a like fear of getting killed. I mean, if stock hatch does get broken, then yeah, you're definitely a bit vulnerable. But I think that's what they're going to do there. Yes, it is going to be Mute making the rotate into blue. So, I mean, there's a lot of space, and excuse me if I'm wrong, but I believe Slimy will only be the only roamer this round.
It remains to be seen. People could still rotate back. We're still late in the prep phase. I will say, Clubhouse Basement is the weirdest site because you can have anywhere between 1 to 5 anchors.
Yeah.
You could literally be 1 person holding down the city while 4 people go roam, or it could be just 5 people hunkered down holding their angles. Aiden's going to be roaming near Strip this time around instead of Slimy. Very good to roam last time to catch Vent while he didn't have his gun in his face. So hopefully this time around he will also be able to catch an unsuspecting player.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, the roam presence was very, very good last round, but it is not going off to a great start. That is Splimey getting taken out by fate of the Twitch player. Love to see a Twitch player come out. It's happening quite a little bit here in the last couple of weeks, I've noticed on AGL. So I feel Twitch is a very good operator, so you love to see it. And this is a very, very good roam clear that we're seeing here by Atrox Jax. And I mean, now they just have a whole like minute and a half where they could just set up a lot of control.
Yeah, Twitch is one of those weird hit or miss operators. You either really like Twitch or you hate Twitch. Twitch has her drones, but they're easy to counter, so it's only really good on certain sites. I think specifically Twitch is really good on Oregon. Oregon has a lot of really good drone holes for her. Clubhouse, I'm not quite sure about, but I'm sure she isn't bad. And indeed, Fate's probably at least gotten a drone or two to take out some intel, and he's obviously making work of the players with that F2, one of the better guns in the game. It has received substantial nerfs, but that apparently doesn't matter to the entry frag of Atrox Jax.
Yeah, because like once you get to like the higher levels of this game, recoil doesn't really become that big of a factor. You should be able to control any gun, maybe excluding some of the SMGs, like the SMG-12 and the Barrick 9 could be outrageous. And
The
as I say,
Scorpion.
that Vent is going to get another kill here. He's on 6 on the game. That's going to be Chris of the Mute. And it looks like they're going to go for kind of a church main stairs take. And as I say that, Rivers is just going to walk right into blue. He's going to get taken out. Prolixo's also going to get taken out. So the man advantage is now evaporated, as it is now a 3v3. It's going to be a
Where was
2v3.
she?
And it's going to be a 2v2. Frags going out all over the place. Anti makes it a 1v2. And it's just the utility kings themselves. And it's just going to be Jaeger and Wamai. Aiden's going to get the last kill onto Vent. And that was a very good round there by Durag. It looked like they might be in a bad spot, but they make the man advantage even, and then they win the round after that.
Atrox Jax let that slip through their hands. Just a lot of angles they weren't prepared for. Not enough intel for them. They didn't know about the player playing close in blue. They didn't know about the long angle and got picked off from it. And then in the 3v3, the Valkyrie swung Moto and got the kill because there wasn't enough manpower to hold the hatch and hold the angle as the players rotated. So really just fell apart from them very quickly because they weren't taking enough time and doing their due diligence. Instead, they just decided to rush ahead and play for those kills. But in the 3v5 on Clubhouse Basement, there's a lot of angles that defenders can still be holding. It's a site that's very dynamic. You can play it however you want, and you can adapt to how the attackers are attacking. And that was done really well by the side of Durag. They had adapted to how their site was being attacked from main stairs in blue.
Yeah, I would really like to really emphasize how even of a bomb site that site can be. It's really even in terms of the attackers versus defenders. There's a lot of potential and a lot of different stuff you could do as the defenders, but as the attackers, there's really only a couple things you can do, but they're very, very effective if you do them right. And I just kind of want to emphasize the lack of soft breach that Atrox Jax brought for that site. They had Ashe, they had Sophia, but we didn't really see too much soft breach there. We saw Ashe just kind of run down blue, get taken out because they weren't aware that Anti was playing there. And we saw Sophia just run down main stairs and not really doing any soft breach. I mean, soft breach could be very, very effective for that site because there's a lot of areas where if you're not having holes above, it's very, very effective to sit there. Like, examples being kind of near that church wall of the long hallway near main stairs, or the back of armory. I mean, there's two operators played those exact spots, and it costed Atrox Jax there.
Yeah, I believe iconically Under Kitchen is sometimes referred to as Pulse Spot because you can gather so much intel, whether it be main stairs, dirt tunnel, or kitchen. You can gather so much intel as a pulse there and use your nitro accordingly or move your teammates accordingly if you're someone who can call the shots. Now, though, we're going to be moving into a defense of the gym. So, Amplified on this roam in the cash room, he's going to... Oh, I made a mistake. I'm going to need to be resynced.
Oh, did you accidentally go live?
No.
I'm just going to continue then as... It looks like the whole of Atrox Jax there, at least all four of them are there. Going into CCTV, they are aware that Anti is there. It's going to be Faye trying to swing. He's right behind Greenbox. He's just going to run in, but it's going to be the support there by SN in construction to take out Fate. That is Ashe going down. That's the entry frag here. With Anti taking barely no damage, he is still in cash. And as I say that, he's actually going to get taken down by Vent, but Vent is going to get quickly taken out by SN. That is 2 kills there by the Castle player.
Yeah, a swift reciprocation and Cat's holding this long angle. It's going to be hard to challenge, but it doesn't look like the kills come out. In fact, Cats gets taken out by Prolixel, and now minute left, 3v3. This gym site is easy to pinch out if you know what you're doing. Atrox Jackson just need to take their time.
Yeah, and that's that cannot be emphasized more. All they need to do is waste or just use their time effectively. There's not a lot of places you can really sit on this site without being vulnerable to a different site. They're gonna have to play all of those different angles and areas. They're gonna have to get somebody into logistics here to really like put a big effort into what they need. They do have someone on the windows. They do so have someone in construction. And as I said, that the one in construction is gonna get a kid, but he's going to be immediately refragged there. SEN has 2 kills, 3 kills, excuse me, now it's 4. He finally gets taken out by Gills. That's his first kill of the game. And we are in a 1v1 with Slimy below sight. It's going to be the Mira versus the Nomad. And they're going to get some shots. No one's going to take damage. That's Castellana, so he's going to have to go for the kill here. He knows where they are. Who's going to get the kill? They're both going to take some big damage. He's going to back up Slimy. He's just going to play time, and he's going to run out the clock. But Gills is going to go back to site. He might be able to get this plant down. One speed operator is trying to make his way back up. 1 second left. The plant is going to get finished down. And wow. And so Gills is going to get into a better location here. And it's Slimy with just barely above 25 HP trying to play a retake here as Gills finds himself in bathroom post-plant. Slimy does not know where he is. Both are pretty low HP. He's just going to go for a counter defuse here. I'm not sure if Gills knows. He actually got off. Now he does know, and it's going to be Gills finishing the kill on Slimy. I thought Slimy might be able to go for a ninja defuse there, and that would have been absolutely insane.
Oh my, they play the longest game of cat and mouse, the most intense game of cat and mouse. That was a huge round for whoever won it, and indeed the winner will eventually be Atrox Jax. That is a round you're supposed to win. You're supposed to win that gym take. It's a site that can be comfortable for defenders, but it doesn't have the best track record, and Atrox Jax put themselves in a great position. That 3v3, they had their players in great spots to pinch out the site, but it was all up to Eshin, and Eshin absolutely made work of Jax. 4 kills for him in the round. He's really been stepping up this game.
Yeah, actually, very, very good round there, and he was mainly just kind of using cross angles there with Anti into the cash attack there. So I mean, very, very good use of bodies and trading techniques there, I would say. So I mean, you just kind of love that to see from Durag, and I just want to kind of emphasize too that both Wills and Slimy played that very, very well. If you kind of go into the mindset of Slimy there in that 1v1, it makes total sense that, yeah, Gills is just going to try to chase that frag. He knew that it was Mira, 1 speed. Why would he not chase that frag? So him going down to the basement, I thought was very, very smart. And I thought it was also really, really smart from Gills to say, hey, he's just going to run all the way downstairs. So I'm just going to go back and plant. I mean, I don't think anybody really played that wrong. It was just a little unfortunate from Slimy that it just didn't go his way.
I think the only critique I can have of Slimy is if Slimy had a C4, there was potential
Yeah,
to C4.
I'm not sure what happened
There was
there.
only really one spot he could have been planting in, if we're entirely honest with ourselves. And that plant spot is soft. Now, to be fair, not many people know the default nitro cells from below on bedroom because bar is such a danger zone. Nobody plays down there unless you're ready to just give your life away within the first minute of the round. So, not exactly a common thing to do, but if that game knowledge would have been in his pocket, then he could have used it to full advantage.
Or even if he was just Valkyrie instead of Mira, and that's it. But as we're gonna say, Fate is actually gonna get down through the Mavericals on main wall. If I had to guess, it might have been Anti peeking from garage, but I'm not 100% sure. And Fate still hasn't been brought up. I think she's gonna try to get off of the wall. I say she because it is the Ash player, so excuse me. I'm not assuming any genders here, but is Fate going to get picked up here? Time is running out for Fate. He needs to be picked up immediately, or it's gonna be a 4v5. And as I say that, it's gonna be a 4v5, but in favor of Atrox, as Vance gets the kill onto Anti on the rafters.
Yeah, this is a really good clear. They now have control of the rafters. Aiden has put himself in a great position. He might be able to get a kill here. Down. Wow, Fate goes prone to try to get the angle, and Aiden's going to punish that with swiftness. 4v4. Rivers taking control of Garage along with Prolixel. Slimy holding down construction in case for a flank. But it looks like it's going to be a very focused push and maybe a plant attempt here for Jax. on the default site. Gills is now rotating below to stop anyone from nitroing potentially. But no, he'll actually rotate to the main wall to back up Vent. Rivers watching for the flank. Prolixel throwing out the smoke nade. It's almost time for the execute to happen. But will these C4s come out and deny the plant as they should?
I'm not sure if they do. All they have right now is Aiden underneath. And it's going to be Chris, actually. That is, I'm not sure where that's from. That might have been from Red Stairs. I'm not 100%. It was actually from Red Stairs. Aiden's going to get another one, so it's a 2v1, 1v4, 1v3. Kills going all over the place, and it's just Prolixel in a 1v3 situation. 1v2 as he kills SE-Han. 30 seconds left. This is manageable with Slimy all the way over into bedroom. He's trying to get back to site. So as the time being, it's just a 1v1 with Slimy all the way in bedroom. But now he is in construction, so he is in a better spot to help out. Plant's going down right there in the cache. The ping is going down. I'm not sure what Slimy's doing. He just stared at him, but it doesn't matter as Aiden there is the backup. So Prolixel will go down, and it will be Durag winning that round.
That was a terrible spot to be in, and he wasn't aware of the player in construction. Prolixel just narrowly missing the flick back onto Slimy. Slimy was trying to line up that headshot. He thought there was no way that he was going to be shot at, but he almost choked it away. It almost seemed like Slimy was trying to like find the angle onto the head because like behind the table it was a little bit hard to see him. But
Yeah.
Slimy almost got punished dearly for it.
Yeah, that would have been very, very unfortunate for Slimy, and I'm not sure if Aiden really, because I mean, I think Aiden still would have been able to clutch it out, but it would definitely have been too close for comfort for Durag, which seemed like a for sure win that round. But nonetheless, Prolixel puts up a very good effort. But I mean, it's Durag here. They're in the driver's seat for this game. They at least are going to come away with a 3-3 split after half. That is at the very minimum what you kind of want on defense on Clubhouse. But if they do win this round, they're going to be very, very set and with a 4-2 split. So either or, if they do end up losing this round, it's not the biggest deal. But if they end up winning that round, it's going to be a very, very big deal for Atrox Jax to try to climb back into this game.
Yeah, no, the plant denial from Durag there was actually amazing. It's so weird saying Durag because I look over at the side of the screen to see what team Durag's on. Durag Light. Where's Durag Light? Because that's the team that Durag's on. And then I don't see him and I get real sad. Man, it's not going to be the same Durag without the man himself. But very strong team still. And they're trying to show that they don't need their namesake player to really make an impact.
Yeah, I mean, that's 100% true here as the kind of the main guy of that squad being absent. I mean, they're doing just fine without him as of right now. 3-2 on Clubhouse, pretty good. But I would also like to just kind of say, jokingly, that Durag Light is like a caster's best friend. Because, like, every time I say, oh, Durag this, Atrox Jax this, there's always like a little doubt in my mind, like, oh my god, did I just say the wrong team? But with a player like Durag, you're always like, yeah, that's definitely Durag.
There's nothing worse than casting over a highlight reel-worthy play and then getting the names of the teams confused. I won't get confused about the names of this one, though. Prolixel from Jax taken out by Aiden of Durag very quickly. That's going to be your primary hard breacher, so it's going to be all up to Vent to open up these drop-downs.
Yeah, I mean, not only just in terms of the hatches, but I mean, usually you kind of go for a church moto take, and without ace, you can't really get that triple church wall. So now am I like acquire for Atrox Jax to kind of go for an audible here, as church is definitely going to be a lot harder now that Prolixel ace is dead.
You know, I've actually never heard the word audible used in terms of Siege. I almost forgot what it meant. But Vince actually being very clever about it. He's flashing below the hatch with this nice angle. He won't be able to open up the hatch. You'll only get 3 of them down. He's actually going to go ahead and use 4 more pellets. He doesn't need to do that. He could just go ahead and try to pop 2 more. Antified is done trying to impact Trick, though. He falls away. And that's going to be the kitchen hatch opened for Durag, or not Durag rather, but Jax. Just as he said, getting the names of the teams confused. Fate will pick up Antified, which I could only assume is from the bottom of main.
Fate's in sight. They're in church,
what?
right? Wait, Yeah, Fate is just,
no.
Fate just walked in from dirt, and Aiden has no clue. Finally getting it down though and taken out.
And that's Diffuser.
What's going on? Hatch is not open. Ash with Diffuser just ran into sight. Rivers is getting back up. He's gonna just miss Slimy, who was on low HP. Slimy's gonna get away into blue, and Wish You Were Aiden and Slimy are both right there to be able to contest Rivers and Dirt. It looks like Rivers is actually gonna get backed up. Another person's coming Dirt, so it's gonna be a Dirt Hatch take. Hatch is not open. Rivers just walks into sight, kills Wish You Were Aiden. Slimy backs up into Church, I believe, or he's on a flank. I am not sure, but they have site control right now, and Vent is struggling to get through that hole there. Rivers is going to take it now. Nice shot there by Ession. It's a 1v3 with Slimy getting kills. It's just Vent all alone. 1v3, 10 seconds, no case. It's unwinnable situation here. He's going to take a bunch of damage. 5 seconds left. He cannot find all three. He's going to find one.
Wait.
He's going to find two. Can he find all three? 0 seconds left. Oh my goodness. It's going to be Slimy getting the final kill. I might have spoke too soon though, as Vent put a very good effort there.
You know, that's the one time I would have been okay with you being caster cursed. That would have been the clutch of the ages if Vent would have managed to find Slimy somehow. If he would have spun around and looked in the blue, he might have been able to find the angle too. I highly doubt it. But there's always a possibility. You never give up until the fat lady sings, or whatever the saying may be. So,
because even like I said, it seems like an unwinnable situation. There's really no such thing as an unwinnable situation. There has been so many throws and all kinds of shenanigans done in the history of Siege. You always got to go for it because you never know. You never know. And like there, in terms of Vent was just a couple seconds off from winning that round. I mean, he got the plant down with 0 seconds left, so like there was really nothing to do. But if he had like 2 or 3 seconds, that was definitely possible for him to win that out.
So what you're saying is him not being able to get through the prone Habana hole was what lost him the round?
I'm not gonna say that's what lost him the round, but that's exactly what lost him that round.
Oh,
yeah, that was definitely
no.
a bit unfortunate to see. I'm not sure what happened too. It looks like he went prone and was able to crawl through. That's just Siege being Siege, if you want to ask me, but. Either or, it's Durag 4-2 split. They are in a very comfortable seat here as we go into the second half of the game. It's going to be Atrox Jax going up into CC and Cash for their first defense hold.
Yeah, that's the thing with sandbox games, right? Where, yeah, you have all this ability to do whatever you want. There's so much creativity you could put into it, but sometimes the game just really doesn't like your idea.
Yeah.
And it will let you know it every step of the way. Sometimes, though, it's for better. I remember when you used to be able to put deployable shields sideways in windows, and the window was unusable.
Actually,
like
it's
that.
funny you say that, actually, because there is actually a strat right now where if you use 2 deployables, if you put a deployable in a doorway, and then a deployable sideways, like adjacent to that deployable in the doorway, you actually cannot vault through that doorway. It's a shield glitch right now.
What?
Yeah, it's really fun. I just saw that on Instagram today. It's funny that you mentioned it, but it was exactly what you said. It reminded me of like if you put it in a window, you wouldn't be able to jump through that window. It's just kind of a coincidence that you mentioned it.
So what you're saying is that you should follow our Instagram, right? That's what we're talking about?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And if you're just going to follow us on our Instagram, might as well follow us on all of our socials. And you can find that in the Twitch chat. I'm sure Cubes would be more than happy to put that in the chat. So if you do want to follow us on socials, we would be very, very appreciative of that.
Oh, Vent. Okay, Vent will get very aggressive, swing onto the gym, or not the gym, but the garage doorway. And down goes Antify, your entry fragger. He's not been having the best game, but you still sucks to see him go so early.
Oh, Splimey was just in garage, and he's just gonna. Oh yeah, that was a very awkward kind of garage hole there. It looks like that it was just kind of a thing, and they just ran in. Aiden gets 1. That's gonna be Vent. Garage is now taken care of, and they are now in sight. Splimey's gonna be able to take complete control of Garage now. It's gonna be Aiden swinging onto Red Stairs with his low HP. He's going to get downed though. There's still a Maestro camp, so there is a Maestro point. Oh, a double kill with the nade. Another one there onto Chris. It's a 4v1. Just Splimey all alone on top of Raptors. He's getting pinged. He has the whole team of Atrox Jax firing upon him, and it's going to be Gills to fire the last shots onto Slimy. What a great round there from Rivers to get the double nitro and then the pick onto Chris.
From below, and one of those players was down, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, a triple on the scoreline is a triple on the scoreline, and he also got a great flick under that player playing at the bottom of Garage. So that's going to net Atrox Jax another round and bring them one step closer. They looked much more confident on their first round of defense than Durag did. That's not to say that it's going to be much easier for them to defend. They still have 5 more rounds to go. Or perhaps not even 5 more rounds. They could close this out in 4 if they're just superb these next 4.
100%. And this map is, I'd say, is probably the big kicker in terms of this best of 3. Both the next maps are definitely more fragging based than this map. This map is very strategic, I would say. You always kind of push for a plant on this map. You're not really always thinking of kills, but I mean Siege nowadays is just frag based. Like, you always want to get more frags than the other. That's just common knowledge here, really. But on a map like this, it's definitely more priority to try to get that plant down, get control of the sites, and just trying to work for a post plant.
It's weird because like strategy allows you to get kills, so it's always a weird thing. I believe production's asking for a poll question. My poll question is objective play or frag play more important?
Ooh, that's the kicker. That's the $1 million question. You're gonna get some very different answers from anybody you ask. So
if
that's
you
a very
kill
good
them, you can't run their strategy. But if you run their strategy, they might not be able to kill you.
It's true.
I don't know.
It's kind of some scientists need to turn that into a theory, because there's a lot of different answers and explanations with that poll question.
My theory is just shoot them. If they're dead, they can't do anything, right? So just click heads. Point and click adventure games. That's what I play.
Just go Abaru and IQ, bring the G8, and just go Burr, is pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah. And Maestro with the Alda. I mean, like, while we're at it, just bring Finka and Fuse. Just 100 round LMGs. Don't let go. And like, yeah.
Why not? We have a good time here, me and Terry. We have good banter.
Aiden using his gadget to drone in, or at least pseudo drone in with his weird clone gadget thingy. Yep, he's gonna be clearing out Rivers, who's at the top floor, doing a dance, a rain dance perhaps. I've gotten enough rain, no Rivers. You can keep it. Slimy droning out this bandit. The more time that Rivers sits on top floor, the better off for his team. Grenades go out. Aiden trying to take care of Prolixel, who's impact tricking, but it won't happen. The grenade falls short, and another set of bomb pellets will have to be used.
Yes, I did have to, in fact, look up what Ayana's gadget was called. It is called a Gemini Replaciter, so there you go. Yeah, I couldn't remember what that was called. I just called it a hologram, but yeah, we'll just call it a Gemini. But, I mean, a minute 30 left in the round. Not much has really happened. As I say that, Wish You Are Aiden on Ayana is going to go upstairs, kills Rivers. That is going to be the roaming bandit. That's a nitro down. That could be a very, very big factor here, as I believe he is the only operator and only person roaming for this Atrox Jax. But as I said, that Prolixel on the Maestro that we were preaching for at the beginning of the game, he's going to get a kill. That's Slimy. It is now a minute left, 4v4 situation. Ben still has a good amount of control on Dirt, but it doesn't matter. Wish Your Aiden is going to kill that Maestro. That is going to be Prolixel down, and this is not looking good here for Atrox Jax.
Yeah, 3v4 with not a lot of time left. Fate still holding on to blue, a very crucial position. Aiden will not quite be able to get through this hole. Rivers has left the game, unfortunate, but I believe he was already dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was dead.
Gilda's holding on to this nice angle, but he's droned out. Eshin will get him. It'll even out to a 2v4, now a 1v4, as Vent, the man of the hour, is going to have to find all 4 players, and it's not going to happen. Antified to clean up the round, and, you know, for the first attack, they get their kill, or they get their win.
Yeah, I mean, the man advantage was only 1. It was only a 4v3, but the positions that Atrox Jax were in were just not very crucial. They had one down the oil spill hallway. They had one behind church table. He was probably in the best position, but I mean, that's where the attack was coming from. So he had a bunch of operators he had to take on by himself. And then Vent, of course, was in dirt all by himself. So it was really just Castle all by himself trying to hold down the fort. So a little bit misfortunate there by Atrox Jax. We are going to get a pause here as I believe it was actually Eshan, or no, it was actually Rivers, excuse me, who was lagging. That was the bandit who was killed. I did see him kind of jog in place, but right before he did get killed. I'm not saying that is why he got killed. I'm just saying that's probably why he left and probably why we're kind of getting a miniature rehost here. So bear with here as we're just gonna have to wait a couple minutes or so to get this game back on track. But
Yeah, I'm
if
pretty
you're
sure I'm gonna
Durag,
have to head back to lobby.
that's
I
a-okay.
actually don't know what's going on. It may be like a server lag thing, but it
Yeah.
seems like even
We got one
Atrox Jax
return.
are a little bit confused. And yeah, Fate's calling for a rehost. So he needs to get his teammates out of the lobby. Hello. I need to sit up in my chair. I have a chair, I promise. I also have a guitar. Did I say that? Oh,
You
no, I
did
said
say
before-
that. You said it
I
off
said that
camera,
before
but
the
yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
No, look at my broken guitar. It's actually my little brother's. I stole it and his lunch money. It's all mine. I'm gonna go buy myself some Rice Krispies with it.
Hashtag Terry the boy.
Yeah, we're gonna rehost, so I'm gonna return to main menu.
All right, thank you. We are gonna get, in fact, a rehost. Like I said, it was Rivers who was lagging, so I'm not saying that's why he got killed. You won't hear that from me, but it makes sense that they are gonna call for a rehost after that round. But if you are Durag, you are now coming off a very, very good attack onto that basement defense. That was pretty much, it wasn't flawless, but it was damn near flawless. And if you're a Durag, you're down 5-3. You mean Atrox Jax either has to go gym or downstairs again, and if you already looked pretty good there attacking downstairs, you have to be feeling very comfortable that this next round you're going to put it to match point.
Yeah, maybe it was just Rivers lagging, and that's what sealed the deal. And that roam game falling apart just really put a thorn in Atrox Jack's plans. Like they threw a wrench in it.
Mhm.
Or more likely, what it looked like was Atrox Jack's roam game didn't
I
work
created
out
it
quite
as
the
a
way they
player.
wanted it. Unfortunate. Our spectator made an oopsie poopsie.
I am dying.
Are we gonna have to wait 15 minutes for you to create another lobby then?
It's
Five.
only five.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not that too bad then. I
Yeah.
was like, ooh. Okay, we're gonna set it to a quick break here as we're gonna have to unfortunately wait 5 minutes for our lobby to be up. So bear with here as we're gonna take you to a quick break. We'll be back here with the game very shortly. Stay tuned.
skin is cold, as is my heart. I'm falling apart with a smile. My bridges are burning, I'm holding the match. I'm ready to fall, will you catch? Dive right into the wild side, and I'ma ride the wave until I die. Until I die. I was looking into darkness for something to hold on. Found you when you were so broken, and I felt something was wrong. I think I'm in love, 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 I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. Ooh, I'm in love with you.
All right, so welcome back, everybody. So I have the music slightly fainted here, as we are still on a quick little break, waiting for everything to get underway. We are getting guys back in the lobby, but you know, I'm here, gonna stall some time for you guys. So you guys always ask, why Rogue? So here is why of Rogue. So as you can see, they have an extreme, an energy, and a hydration version. I have tried all three here. You can see there's 300 milligrams in the extreme version. It's basically like a Bang or Rain energy drinks. If you guys ever had those, it's basically the same thing with, you know, high energy, high focus, high hydration, and high sports performance. For the energy version, just a regular. It's basically like half a Bang, almost half a Bang. I mean, that math is not perfectly half, but it's around there. You're still gonna get a nice little kick in. You know, for your morning, you know, say you're a little tired, put a couple scoops of your Rogue into your bottle, your Jager bottle, and you'll be good to go. But there's also the hydration version if you guys are looking to stay hydrated, going from somewhere cold to warm climate, or if you guys are just looking to stay hydrated in your daily routine, that is a good version for you guys as well. But yeah, on this game right now, I mean, I have nothing really going on. I'm just sitting here, you know, behind the camera, enjoying myself. I mean, you guys see how the poll is going here. Durag and Jax. You know, you see how well Durag won this poll, and you know, Durag and I was winning this game 5-3. And yeah, it's just a great all performance right now for Durag, but Jax is still hanging in. I'm gonna send it to the casters, and I'll get the bans for our spectator.
Oh, I've been having the weirdest tech issues today. So,
What
first
else?
off, so when I went, the reason why I got unsynced earlier was because my keybind for turning on streamer mode to like Yeah. Oh, so my keybind for turning on streamer mode is also the same keybind for YouTube. Apparently, setting itself to like some arbitrary time very early on, and
Huh.
then I also heard some static in my thing, so I went to go fix my cords. It was one of the cords behind my audio interface, so I had to unplug it and plug it back in, and I was so confused as to why my mic wasn't working. Well, I never turned on the phantom power for my mic back, so
Ugh.
I've been having some weird tech issues. It's all my fault, but like hey, they're fixed now, and hopefully they will never reappear again.
I mean, a small amount of tech issues, I think, is worth having HD parry. Kate
There's no
Mosley.
there's no such thing as a Terry stream without tech issues.
Yeah.
Yep, I already got that. And then I just
So
need defenders.
as we're
Okay.
trying to keep our mental state, I'm trying to talk over them, but it's really hard. But what do you think
Yeah.
Durag has to do here? Do you think they really have to change too much? They're gonna go back down, or excuse me, Atrox. Wait, what did I? Yeah, Atrox is going back down to downstairs. They just got pretty much dominantly beat there by Durag. That was pretty like very very efficient attack. What does Atrox Jax have to do to get a win here this round?
Going back downstairs, I don't.
Or Jim. They could go Jim, but I think right before
Wait, 4-2 you
they
said?
hosted, they were going church again.
Alright, 4-2. So Orange had 4? Alright.
Sorry, like yeah, they're
It's all good.
talking to try to set everything up.
1,
So
2, 1, 2,
Yeah.
4.
wait, I have
Dope.
2 OBS ninjas open.
Who do I need
can't
to start as
do that.
attacker?
I
What? What drugs are
okay.
you on?
They're being silly trying to figure out these the
2,
map ban stuff.
3. What
Losing
drugs are
my-
you on?
I wish I could mute them in this, but
Yeah.
unfortunately can't be. So Atrox Jax. They
Yes.
just need to play they just need to play more roam. Like their roam the first round I feel like was pretty good, and then
Mhm.
now the second round has been absolutely it just they had one bandit kind of off on just I don't even know. They weren't even really doing anything. They were just sitting in the bathroom, kind of taking a shower or something. What's that gonna do? What's that gonna do to stop them? And it didn't. It didn't do anything.
Yeah. And I do want to point out that I believe the only roamer of that last round before the rehost was Rivers, who was bandit, and
Alright, that
he
should all be
got
set
taken out pretty quickly. He got taken out around like the 1:45 minute mark. And whenever the only rover gets taken out that early on in the round, it does not bode well for the defense. And that's exactly
Round
what we
8
saw.
is
We just saw an
church.
actual collapse of the Atrox Jacks that round. And I've said it a couple times. We're not going to worry about if the
Alright,
cause of
so
death was
wait,
lag.
I only have
It's
6
just
rounds here.
unfortunate. It's something that every amateur comp team has to kind of deal with. Is that no one's on land? Obviously, it would be
Alright.
nice. It would be insane if we were on land, but that's not the case. So every now and again, we are going to get some lag issues.
Lan at
All
Cube's
right.
house. He has the internet to support it, right, guys? Right? Yeah.
Just
Alright.
have like 60 people all up in Cubes' house to play on land.
And
That'd
alright,
be
so
fantastic.
wait, so
I think-
far we
I think
have
we're
1,
perfectly fine.
2. We have 3 blue ones. Yeah,
yeah.
double checking orange, and then
Bear with
orange
us
is starting
as
with
we
attacking. No.
Trying to get the match history down, trying to get everybody back in the lobby so we do go back into the game. So bear with us.
2, 3,
Terry and
4,
I will,
5.
are still trying to
Yep,
keep
5.
it entertaining as we're
and
trying
then
to get all these technical difficulties.
orange
on
for
the board.
attackers. Yeah.
But we talked about it. You asked the question was the chat question was what's more important, fight control or
All
frag
right.
control?
You just
And
double
I want to
checking.
hear what your answer is, Terry. An actual
Sorry,
answer,
I-
not just
I-
Diego Bird.
I couldn't hear you over the sound of
Okay.
other people talking. What'd you say? Sorry.
That's fine. I'll reiterate. I asked you. I wanted to ask you the same question you asked the chat. You asked the chat, what's more important, site control or site play or frag play? And I want to hear your actual answer to that.
Yeah, whether it be strategy or frags, and honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards frags. It's different for every map because strategy gives you frags, and frags prevents other people's strategy. They can't play a position if they're dead.
Mhm.
It's a weird thing because people will always say, "Oh, I rather people be like smarter than have good aim." But
Mhm.
like when you talk about the greatest players of all time, one of the things you have to go to is their aim. There's a lot of really mechanically skilled players out there that just
100%.
do so well, not because like they're smart and they like lead their team or anything like that, but simply because they have the mechanical skills and they know what to do. And it's a weird marriage of the two. You can't be lacking in one
Mhm.
too much, or the other will suffer. Like you can't be a brain dead fragger and just run in every round. That won't work. So
Let me
it's
know
always
when you guys are ready.
it's always difficult. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's frag play. I really do think that frags really win the game at the end of the day.
I would 100% agree with you. You said the poll disagrees with you, but I'm going to disagree with the poll. I'm going to say if we asked this question like a year ago, I would say strategy play is more important. You saw like a year ago the amount of times you would see a smoke plant. Like you would say, well, you
Yeah,
could
I
count it
know.
on the hand like 9 times would happen in a game. And nowadays, like you said, the more like highly profiled players in today's game are more known for their frag. I'd say really the only exception would be Canadian, who is more strat based, but I mean he obviously has the aim to back it up. Why that's why he's been in the pro leagues scene for so long. But I mean it's just the way the game has evolved is
Yeah.
it's leading more towards frags. You just
And,
people prefer having the technical aim.
I'm gonna need a sync count real quick, but
Uh-huh.
it's so... all right. Thank you. All right, I'm synced up now. Sorry about that.
It's all good. But yeah.
Just yeah. I mean, Canadian did both. Canadian was a super mechanically skilled individual. I mean, he played entry frag for the longest of times, and then
Mhm.
putting a player like that on support with as huge of a brain as that man has, it's definitely something that like can't be. You can't like sleep
can't
on
overlook it.
Canadian. I mean, the man has literally 1v5 clutched with the ump. What's more impressive? I mean, so obviously, like you can't just be one or the other. I
Mhm.
do think there's a lot of room for strategy play, though. The issue is that you have time and you have other people. You can try to teach other people strategy. You have coaches to help you with strategy and all of that.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, the only person who can move your mouse and aim is you. You have to be able to get those kills. That has to be a you thing. Oh wait,
Yeah.
we're not using mouses here. I'm very confused.
Move your joystick or your mouse depending on what platform you're on. But I also want to highlight something you said. It does depend on the map, and that's exactly what it is because no map really plays the same. There are some maps that are similar. Villa, Oregon, they play similar, but they're a little different. And if we just want to look at these three map pools itself of this best of three clubhouse, I would say it's more strategy based. You're using strategy to get plant down, I would say, where coastline, you're not really using any strategy, you're just kind of going for kills. Chalet, however, you're going strategy for frags. So that's kind of what's really cool and intriguing about Siege is that no map is really the same. And even if a map is like traditionally, like if we're going to use an example of Clubhouse as usually you want to use strategy to get plant down, that's not necessarily how you have to play it. It's just the favored, the more heavily used strategy on that map by players.
Yeah, that's one of the things that actually made me fall in love with Siege. Is I used to be like a big time Call of Duty player. I used to just like play arcade shooters. And when I got into the game in year 1, season 3, Siege wasn't as arcadey as it is. Like Siege right now plays a lot more like an arcade shooter mixed with a strategy game, which is honestly a beautiful combination.
Yeah.
But back when it was almost entirely a strategy, like realistic FPS, one of the things that surprised me the most was how different the maps felt, how much I was learning every single time I played the game. Instead of Call of Duty, where honestly all the maps for like a few of those games felt really samey, and I kind of got bored of it because it was like you played one, you played them all, right?
Mhm.
So that's what really made me fall in love with Siege, is just learning all the maps, and learning these maps is there's not as much map to learn now with the reworks, and that's what's really unfortunate. Hopefully, what I'm hoping for is we see more map buffs, tiny little map changes, like the one Clubhouse got with Box 2. Box 2 is now super huge. As I'm saying that, Prolixel is not going to let Aiden even see Box 2. He's going to take him out at Janitor Closet. Splimey will get the refrag, no, but he will eat a lot of damage in turn. Eshin's going to be opening up the castle. to get into the hallway below, but it's gonna be a very hard take with 3 players versus the 4 of Jacks.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened. We're still we're at a 4v5. I'm not exactly sure what happened to Anti, but Anti was a pretty big name for that roster. He's been playing not the greatest, but he's definitely been a big factor for that Durag team. So a little unfortunate they had to play this round without him. Again, not sure exactly what happened because I'm not even sure he was the one who even lagged out initially. So a bit weird, but we play on. So as we say
yeah.
that, oh excuse me, continue,
Oh.
Jerry.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say it's unfortunate you can't sub in between maps, but you or no, you can't sub in the middle of the map, but you can sub in between maps. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's what happened is that he was gonna only play the first game, and then something happened and he couldn't finish out map 1. I don't think it had anything to do with the rehost stall because it was only like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and it's unrealistic to expect the game to last as long as it has. Or like it's realistic to ask the game to last as long as it has. Splimey very low, Eshin very low. Rivers will take out the last player of Eshin except for Splimey. Splimey in blue, he's gonna need to find these 2, and it's not gonna happen. Fate to clean them up. That's gonna be round 9 in the pockets of Atrox Jacks to bring it to a 1 map differential, or 1 round differential rather.
That's very, very unfortunate. The Havana player playing in Moto. I'm not sure exactly who that was, but they whiffed a couple shots there onto Bandit. Got shot in the back by, I believe that was S-Hen. I believe S-Hen. No, excuse me. I got the teams mixed up. Gosh dang it. It was Fate who came up behind him. It was Gills who actually initially ran in. And that was definitely a little bit unfortunate as Gills was pretty much a sitting duck there for that kill. And I mean, that was a pretty impressive retake, and they just made it look kind of easy, really. I mean, they had good setup there in Moto. They had the player planting behind Black Box, which is like one of the safest spots to sit in downstairs if you're attacker or defender. So that was a pretty good retake there, and I just kind of want to emphasize that.
Yeah, it seems like the
Church.
rehost has fried both of our brains, which, to be
A little bit.
fair, rehosts are bad for you. I'm pretty sure that was what I learned in school. It was drugs,
Mhm.
love, and something else, and I think it was rehosts.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Don't do either of the 3, kids. It'll screw you up for life.
I mean, yeah, I mean, for in terms of like this league, rehost is pretty much just a timeout in disguise, but with just a little more added confusion for the casters in both teams. So, yeah, that's definitely we're kind of experienced the fallout of that rehost. There, our minds were a bit jumbled in that last round, but I think we're good to go here. That was a good round though by Atrox Jacks. I mean, it was almost pretty bad there. As I believe, I'm not sure exactly who it was, but it was Slimy in stock nearly died to, I believe it was Rivers or Vent. I'm not sure exactly or remember, but it was pretty close to Slimy getting killed and being into a 2v4.
Slimy.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that would have been huge, but it didn't matter. Atrox Jacks closed the round out anyway, and for whatever reason, it being a 4v5 is huge for Atrox Jacks. It's going to make this map much easier to clean up. We may see overtime. It's not impossible to close these rounds out. You don't need as much utility clear as you would on other maps, simply because it's Clubhouse, especially with the nerfs, it's kind of hard to put your gadgets in places where they're super crucial. Like, the only place you can really put a deployable shield on in CCTV is in CCTV facing the breach. And
Yeah.
even then, that shield can be pretty easy to deal with from below if you know what you're doing. So
Actually, you can put it on rafters and get that pixel peek onto garage doorway from outside. That is something SSG does a little bit, and it's pretty effective. It's pretty easy once you know that's the setup, and we've seen a couple times now that the Maverick just go garage wall and just go underneath, and then one nade is all it takes. I mean, obviously they are going Jaeger Wamai, but flashes can make easy work of that. But I mean, that is another place the shield can go. I just wanted to point that out.
That is
I don't
a
really know
very
what that added.
dangerous place for the defenders to be playing. I'm pretty sure there's
Yeah.
a defender right in front of CCTV window, but I also think there's maybe a Valkyrie camera out there giving away intel. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like we're about to see some very aggressive, almost monkey-like plays, if you will. That's Fate, very close to the CCTV window. He has a very good drone out here, just watching and waiting for his time to strike. But Eshin strikes first. He'll take out Gills, and that's going to make it a 4v4 even man count with a minute left.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a Valk, I feel like that is the common Valk spot on this map, right in that tree. So, I mean, just for me, if I ever see a Valk on this map, I always check that tree. So, especially if I believe they got red pinged as well. So you would think that that would be the first place they would look.
they
They
did.
almost accidentally nated themselves. Just gonna take a little bit of damage, but Essen's gonna get a nice shot onto Rivers. That was behind green box. SN is just going to walk up right into red, but he's getting taken out by Fate. Fate's going to get a double kill. Vent's going to get another one. It is a 3v1 with this Chris all left alone in construction. He's going to have to find 3 people, but we don't even get that far. Prolixo sends him down, and they tie it up 5-5.
Oh, this really is just a tragedy for
Yeah.
Durag. It's the easiest talking point, and I hate to hammer it home, but a 4v5 is so much different from a 5v5. Imagine every round getting the opening pick and getting away with it. That's basically what's happening, is that Atrox Jax have gotten the ultimate opening pick, where they don't even need to kill anyone anymore. They're just already out of the game. Maybe Antified was just having such a bad game that he left. He was just like, you know what, guys, I'm gonna go take a nap. I'll be back. Don't
That's
worry.
the thing. He wasn't even having that bad of a game. I don't think he was like far ahead positive in terms of his KD, but he was like a couple kills over or a couple kills less, right around that range. So he was playing pretty decently well. Like I said, they weren't even the original team to call the rehost. It was actually Rivers and Atrox Jax to initially leave. So very weird how now after the rehost we find Durag in a 4v5.
How the tables have turned.
I mean, that's pretty much all you could say, really. It's definitely an interesting situation we find themselves in. I don't think I've ever seen a situation where one team calls for the rehost and then after the rehost, the other team finds themselves at a disadvantage. But hey, I mean, you're always going to find something here in AGL, a first, if you will.
An operator we're seeing the first of this map is gonna be Mira. She escaped the ban
We saw
phase.
Mira earlier.
Did we?
Yeah, we saw them when Durag went, Jim. Remember Swimey and Gills were in the 1v1 and Swimey was Mira?
Oh yeah. I completely forgot about it.
That was
You
the
know-
best round. How could you forget about that round?
Because the operator didn't matter. It was all
That's true.
about the C4 in the pocket and the
Yeah.
inability to run upstairs fast enough. So I guess the operator did kind of matter because there's only like 2 operators that are 3 speed or 3 armor rather and have a nitro cell.
Yeah, Mira being the chunky definitely impacted that
Yeah.
round. Not able
I
to run
r-
upstairs.
I really hope they go through with the armor changes where instead of armor reducing the damage you take, it's going to give you more health. Like 3 armors are going to have 140 health and 2
Oh.
armors are going to have 120.
I
that was
actually
a
have not
change
heard that.
Yeah, that was on the TTS for a little bit, and I'm
Oh.
kind of hoping it comes to fruition because it's so much simpler to remember. It's not like, oh, he just took less damage. I don't know exactly how much he took. It's now, okay, I dealt this much damage. He has this much health.
Yeah,
Instead
that's
of
really
having to
cool. But
no more multiplying.
yeah,
dividing.
talking about the game though, Rivers I think went for a pre-placed drone under CC. They had the Mozzie cam right up onto those by the rack by the TVs. It got shot out by Ying, that is Aiden, and he detonated it. I don't think it did any damage, so a bit of waste of utility. But if you have an extra man like they do, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, I want to make fun of Prolixal's iron sight vector.
Sights, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's on purpose because those iron sights don't actually look that bad, but it's always so strange to see because the holographic sight is just so good, and the reflex isn't bad either. If you must, there is a red dot sight I suppose you could use, but let's be honest, it's honestly a little bit clunky, and its
Mhm.
sight radius is a little bit small, so I always try to stick to holographic and reflex. I use red dot on like 1 or 2 guns.
Funny enough, I used red dot on SMG-11 sometimes. I usually go between reflex and red dot. I just find holograph on SMGs just kind of kind of I don't even can't even think of like an actual word to describe. Just kind of obnoxious, if you will. It just kind of distracts from the kill. Speaking of a kill, that's a good kill onto Splimey. Splimey's gonna get 2 kills, Gills and Fate. That's a very good matchup. As actually now they have the man advantage. It's gonna be another one here as it's a 2v4 as Chris kills Vent. So even without a man, they still find themselves in the advantage. Plant is going down, but it's going to be stopped by Rivers. So now Plant is down, 20 seconds left. They're going to have to pick that up or go for kills. One is getting being red pinked, but it's going to be Pro Lixel getting that killed. He was getting red pinked, and he's going to get another one with Rivers getting one as well. So it looked like Durag had that round in the bag, but just a good retake of the round, if you will, by Atrox Jax.
They went for the 2-for-2. Rivers and Perlixel being the only members of their team to take out the entirety of Durag. That was a fumbled ball, if you ask me. Rivers was going to be playing close behind that castle barricade. He was allowed that controlled the site. The jacuzzi wall was open. Someone could have been playing there. It would have been a little bit dangerous because of the Mira, but cutting off that hallway is so important. That's why you open up jacuzzi wall in the first place. The fact that the defenders did it for you already means that while yes, you can't maybe get the control you want because of that Mira, you could still play over there and hold that angle.
And they had a Habana to get rid of that Mira too. And I also just want to kind of point out that while that Mira was there, they did have the intel that Pro Lixo was in the hallway and not by the Mira. So they could have gone on that jacuzzi wall, and it could have been a good kind of pinch there for 2 attackers instead of just the ones that we saw. So, and I also want to kind of point out Chris's plant spot was definitely a big factor in that round. There wasn't a whole lot of room for his teammates to cover him, and all Rivers had to do was just swing and then swing back out, and that's exactly what we saw, and it changed the whole round.
It looked like Ying was in a position to cover it, but they were more focused on the Mira, and they lost their gunfight against the Mira. Prolixel getting that big frag onto the Ying, and that's really what gave them the round there. And match point, it's on match point. This map could be closed out in just one more round, or we could see overtime, but I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like Durag's chances of taking it in overtime, even if they do manage to bring us to it.
Yeah, and if you are Durag right now, you just can't let the momentum get to you. Obviously, you are in a 4v5, and if it was a 5v5, there's a good chance that this game could either be on match point and threatening Atrox Jax into forcing OT, or this game could just be over and done with already. So if you're Durag, you can't really beat yourself up too much, because even last round, they're still playing with Atrox Jax a man down. It's just even in this game, playing down a man is always really hard. So you can't let you beat themselves too up. You still have at least 2 maps after this if you do end up losing this game. So there's still plenty of time to rework and get back the momentum that they really hardly won, I'd say, before that rehost.
Yeah, and the story of Durag really going into playoffs is they're in the middle of a rebuilding phase. They lost so much of their talent, and they lose it in and out of the game too, impressively enough. Prolixel will get Eshin, and he's looking for this player inside the bathroom. He'll get it. Slimy goes away, and that's the case on the floor. But Aiden has control of blue. As I was saying, yeah, Durag's in the middle of a bit of a rebuilding phase, if you will. They're trying to like reform their team, maybe keep some of the same core members, but move some people around. It's a process, and you gotta trust the process and let it happen. It's not gonna be quick. It's not gonna be painless, and not gonna be painless indeed. Cat's gonna burst on the objectiving it too, but Case upstairs guarded by Prolixel most likely. Aiden will get River, so it's going to be all up to the Bandit, who's actually forfeited the case to try to get this kill from above, and indeed he'll get it. He'll get Aiden. He's looking for a pseudo ace here. He's looking for the quad kill. A minute left for Cats to work with, and 1 drone in his pocket. But Prolixel's rotated back to site. He's content with letting the Thermite player have that diffuser because he knows that there's very little chance he's going to be able to put it down.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in Chris's situation, that'd be the last thing I would expect is Prolixo to jump down. But it looks like he actually might know that. We might get an early kill. It might be the kill, and it will be Prolixo sitting close on that church door. He's going to catch Chris off guard, and it's going to be Prolixo. A good 1v2 there, catching first catching Diana off guard, catching them off by them lonesome, and then obviously forcing the 1v1 and then forcing the win. So very good mobility there by Prolixo in that 1vx, and Atrox Jax, with a little help of RNG, luck, whatever you want to call it, they win this game by by previously being down 5-3.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate to see a player leave because that was such a good game. Every single round was close and to the edge, and it could have gone even closer, but not meant to be. We will be seeing another map though, and hopefully there's someone else that Durag can bring in. I don't even think they could start the next map without a fifth player, so they're gonna have to find someone and quick. It does look like that Atrox Jax might be subbing someone out as well. I don't know if we're gonna be going to a break. I don't know how much there is actually to break down in that map that we haven't broken down already.
Yeah, I mean, the rehost allowed us a lot of time to rehost, and then after the rehost, there wasn't much really to delve on. So, yeah, I think we should just go to a break. We'll be back here, game 2 of this best of 3. It's going to be Coastline next, so stay tuned, and we'll be back with game number 2.
Just to know what you need. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control.
But he's not able to hit his shots. Splimy is, however. Prone Stars will go down, and Splimy's absolutely popping off. He's got the opportunity for the ace. It's going to be Rem's main challenge here. If the intel comes out, he can be picked off in an instant. Splimy gets the ace.
The players of Calibrate know where he is and is just going to cut to equalize this out. Meanwhile, Plant has gone down. He's going to get into a confrontation with the Habana and actually be able to take him down. That's a triple kill for Sports Beast. Now all he has to take out is Belicious. Belicious is going to be playing a lot more passive all the way back on these red stairs, holding a long angle. He does know that there's a vertical hole and he is on a cam. This defuse has to go down. Sports is going to be on it. 4-3 as it goes down. Q-Pro is not fake. He will be able to get the quad. He has time to defuse a huge quad kill from Sports Beast. He will clutch him.
2-2, 19 seconds on the clock. This might not be a win by them. C4 as well. The Evil Eye comes into play. There goes the denial. They can't go for the plan. He has to find the frag now. Another one comes out. He needs to find the last one. Oh my god!
Seconds left. Godly trying to get this player on set. There it is. Came in off the board. 2v2 off the Phil and Triex versus Zaxby and Godly. Triex will get taken out. It's all up to Phil. Zaxby and Godly, the fragging duo for Resurrect, will take.
He's just pinched inside of Memorial. He will go for Nitro, and this might connect onto the Nomad if he times it right, and it will bring it, giving him a double kill. Next to... Wait, it won't be. Wait, was it not the Nomad that was going to hit? What is going on?
One-on-one confrontation in the middle of Laundry, but Gunny holding a magnificent angle. He has this scenario just exactly where he wants it, and Gunny with a 4K clutch!
Really bring this down to a 4v2. The commit now coming out. As Aiden will be able to get on a triple kill for Aiden. He will be able to get 3 now. He's gonna swing and he has to find Aiden, but he does not know where he is. What a huge triple kill, and there we go. A quad kill from Aiden to finish this first round off. It will go the way of Quantum Demons. Well, that's what will be happening. Shots firing out from the Yin, coming in from the electrical door, and he will be able to connect onto that. Triple kill for his Saturn, as it's gonna be left all left up to the Nomad.
And Henry to go for a possible plan. Can he get it off in time? He in fact will, but can he get fragged? What a quad kill by Saturn!
Upstairs, that'll be the first kill going the way of Wrath, as Godly will fall to Can't Handle Me. Playing that bandit, he'll be taking down to 75 health. Iku does not know that the Jaeger is above, and he can easily get flanked from him. That's gonna be the second kill, and Can't Handle Me's gonna get a double kill. That's gonna be kills going all the way of Wrath, and they're gonna clean up the round within the first 2 minutes. That's a flawless round.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to Ascension Gaming League. So you guys saw a quick little video there. That is not the opener. That was a little clip there made for Nationals. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, these guys are fighting to get the Nationals for those golden tickets. So the timeline here, the playoffs are from April 30th to May 2nd. The Summer Bash tourney will be May 14th to the 16th, and the last chance tournament before Nationals is May 20th, 23rd. So the key here is to get into Nationals, what these guys are all fighting for, and that's basically what they're trying to get into. I mean, once you get into Nationals, you basically solidify your spot in the major division here for AGL. There's a minor division, but the minor division includes basically a playoff type of tourney. They call it a Swiss tourneys. I think they call it. Basically, last man standing is how that works. Once they get to those final 8, those guys will then play 4 weeks, 2 games a week. So it's a little bit different than the majors who play 1 game over 8 with the bye week. So they play 7 games in the end for that. So every single team has different. So they basically play 7 games, but they count the 8th week as a bye week. They count those weeks for the teams as well. But yeah, Coastline is the map here. The guys aren't ready to go yet. They are taking their quick break. I think Gil said he wants to get something to eat. I'm a little hungry myself. I'm a big boy, I'm kind of hungry. I know some of our guys are too. They got their waters, got their snacks. So I'm just sitting here, make sure the stream runs good. The map is Coastline. Durag here is going to attack defense here on Jax. The poll still says 62-38. There's still money on the line here for those. People said who's going to win. I'll fix the prediction here. I should have said who's going to win map 1. I'm going to give it to the people who did say Jax is going to win. I'll say who's going to win map 2 is what we'll do. Do not show. Yeah. Okay. Well, whoever got that one right. Yeah. We'll say who's gonna win map 2. They did and then win that one 7-5. It was a comeback due to that lack of a guy for Durag. Durag had their lack of a guy, so Jackson getting that comeback. Down 3-5 will prevail 7-5. So I think the guys are good to go. Everyone's in the lobby. Send it down to the casters and not take your ears away, but please your ears with their wonderful voices.
Yeah. Well, talking about last game sucks because it could have gone either way. Like even after,
100%.
if the rehost would have been a 5v5, if after that fact, it could have gone either way. I would have fully expected it to go all 15 rounds. Honestly, that was an absolute dog fight, and I don't expect Coastline to be much different. I'm not gonna lie to you. Lost in subbing in, so hopefully with this 5v5, Durag can come back with an even head and just hold out.
I mean, yeah, like you said, last game was a dogfight, and this game is going to be even more of a dogfight, if you will, because Coastline, we've been talking about it a couple times last game. It's going to come down to who can kill who and who can do it better. I mean, this map is definitely the outlier of the map pool of competitive Siege. It's weird. It's attacker favorite. Its only real strategy is to kill. I mean, you just kind of you have like a couple places where the attacker's entry from, and from there on out, you just drone out and you just kill. So it's gonna be cool to see. These two maps are pretty evenly matched. I really like that Ace ban too because I feel like Ace can do a lot of things and do it very quickly and not only but do it safely. Getting triple wall when they go downstairs into kitchen, getting quad wall from the roof if they go hookah. There's a lot Ace can do, and there's a lot he could do without being too vulnerable like you are with Habana or Thermite.
Yeah, gotta keep that gun up in your face. I think Habana can't do as effectively. And that's really what Coastline's all about. People preach it, and okay, never mind. We really don't like hard reachers here on the Coastline. You're either it's either nerf or nothing, Maverick and Thermite, or you're gone. That's gonna be an interesting question on the other side of the coin. What are your defense bans gonna be when hard breachers aren't an option anymore on your tags?
I was going to say Valkyrie, so I mean you don't have to believe me, but I was going to say Valkyrie. I said Valkyrie last game. I was wrong, but I was just so. And now I'm going to say Melusi. I think Melusi was could have been a real impact last game because there was a lot of kind of grouped up attacks. And as I say that, I was completely wrong. It's going to be Maestro. So, all 3 bands, excluding Valkyrie, are kind of wild cards here, I'd say.
Yeah, Maestro, this isn't normally the map you see Maestro banned on. So I'm a little caught off guard, but honestly, these bands make a lot of sense and they look super fun. Like I can't wait to get in this game and see what happens. I do know Aiden, when he was on Quantum Demons, had a really nice strat book to play from, and combining that with Durag's already existing playbook, I actually think that there's going to be a strategical advantage for Durag once they get to defense. On attack, though, they seem to, I don't know. You can look at the lineup and see for yourself, but I haven't seen something so toxic in a while. It's only missing a Lion or a Finka, and I hopefully don't see either of those.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Ying might get 6 picked here, and it will. It's going to be IQ. I'm not sure what really the purpose of that was, but I mean, two big things to point out. Since both Ace and Habano are banned, not only does that leave Jackal, but that also leaves Blackbeard on the board. Coastline is kind of Blackbeard's playground here. There's a lot of windows, there's a lot of things that he can just kind of hold, and since his shield provides him with just like a couple extra seconds of life, it could be really effective on a map like Coastline. So it's going to be really interesting to see here as Fate, unfortunately, is going to shoot 2 drones, kind of getting a little careless with their drones. That is something you do not want to see on Coastline, because like I was saying before we got into the game, this map is really just kind of drone in for your entry, and then just let the entry get the advantage, and then just work on map control after that. So a little questionable to see the kind of lack of drone importance here.
Yeah, usually when you see early drones like that, just kind of carelessly running about, gathering as much intel as they can in the prep phase, it usually indicates a rush. But it's not a rush. The Ying was 6 picked off, and it looks like an attack from the penthouse side, being supported by maybe Ash on the awkward balcony. Fate's going to be roaming below with a Nitro Cell in hand, hoping to support his teammate Rivers inside of Aquarium. This is an interesting little castle strat, and Rivers, okay. Slimy is going to be sent tumbling down the coastline outskirts as the Ash player. I've never seen Slimy on Ash, and I don't think I ever will again, as Rivers really quickly fixes that.
That was clean, calm, and composed. That was a really nice kill there. And yeah, really kind of awkward positioning there by the Ash player to be on that repel. We're going to see Fuse on another repel. That's by Hookah. Chris is going to actually lob a nade there. And that's actually a good intel there. That's going to kill Gills. 2 ADSs were used in Aquarium, and you can see there the other one on Cool Vibes. I'm not sure if they knew that, but that's a really good use of a nade. It's going to take out Chris, or excuse me, Gills. And as I say, that Prolixel will also get taken out. That's going to be Aiden, and this is exactly what we're saying. We have the absolute frag match that we were preaching last game and right before this game. It's looking not to disappoint this first round.
Fate was scanned by Jackal downstairs, so he manages to retreat upstairs, and Vint just swings into VIP and will take out Lawson. Absolute madman. He was instrumental for his team last game, and he's hoping to bring some firepower this time as well. These guns going back and forth. Eshin eating a lot of damage, but he'll get the better of Vint. And now Eshin's going to get another one. It's going to be all up to Rivers. He'll get Eshin finally shutting him down. He's going to need a quad kill on the round to win it out. Rivers holding out against the Sledge and Jackal of Durag.
I mean, if you're not familiar with how Coastline plays in comp, even in ranked, really, it plays pretty similar. I mean, it's a minute left, and we're in a 1v2. I feel like that's pretty much all the explanation you need on what kind of map this is. Rivers is just going to miss the mark, though, onto that operator by Cool Vibes. I believe that is Aiden, it is. He's kind of stuck in Hookah now. Both operators know where he is. It's going to be Chris moving up there. It's going to be some shots missed, but it is going to be Chris getting that final kill onto Rivers. So it is going to be, I believe it's going to be Atrox Jax winning the first round. And, I mean, that's exactly what Coastline is. It's just all-out frags, and whoever gets the better of the frags is going to get the better of the round. And that's exactly what I wanted to avoid first game, and here I am making that silly mistake game 2. It was Durag winning that round.
Yeah, that was super close exchange of shots as well. It looked like Katz got shot in the hand or something, as the blood flew in his face, even in the kill cam, so it just seems like a little bit of a missed mark by Rivers. Definitely clutchable. Unfortunately, he just misses a little bit too many of his shots. Definitely not something you want to see clutched out, though, as that was a moderately successful round from Durag. I don't know exactly what went right from them. They seem to just have the kills fall into their lap and then move it into map advantage. Aqua was given up very early on, and after what was the Jaeger that I was just talking about? I forget names easily.
That was
Rivers.
River. Yeah.
After Rivers got that first 2 kills, he just kind of went quiet, and the entire team couldn't figure out a response. So guns need to come alive here on Coastline. Both these teams have a lot of firepower to bring. It's gonna be a matter of who steps up here.
Yeah, I did want to point out, I'm not sure it was exactly Durag doing anything in particularly impressive to win that round. I almost kind of want to put it on just a little bit of a confusion of the hold that they were going for in terms of Atrox. As you saw, the nade from Chris, I believe it was, in that first round, was just based on a bad use of utility by Rivers. Rivers putting 2 in Aquarium, and he was sitting in Aquarium. He did get a kill onto 8, or it was Slimy on that window. That's a good kill, but then, I mean, he just kind of gave up Aquarium pretty quickly after that, and those 2 ADSs he put there were really, really useless after that. And, I mean, that ADS on that main window could have saved a life, because that's just an nade just got thrown right through there. Oh, Larson, the substitute for Anti, is going to get on the board, and at the Ying, it's going to be Gills playing Castle, who's dead. So, I mean, Durag had a pretty good round. Last round, they're starting off hot again as they get the entry here. Down, Man Advantage now in favor, 5-4 for them. Atrox Jets opts to go back to Hookah, and it seems like more of a team-based setup here, as everyone's kind of near somebody, if you will.
Yeah, play off your refrags. That's what Coastline can be all about if you play it right. What in the world is this? They're throwing Ying Candelas and smoke nades through the drone hole of VIP, hoping to pressure Vase, but no swings are coming out, and the crossfire is being held. Rivers, meanwhile, he's pinched out inside of Aqua. They may not be aware of his exact position. He's playing in that rat corner, hoping someone swings by and doesn't really peek the right direction. Lawson being slowed down by this Melusi, giving away his position. Aiden, though, is covering him. He'll get Perlixel. Aiden gets another one on the vent. And then now it's going to be a 2v5. Rivers finally to respawn after so long, but it's going to be a lot more work to be done. Rivers going to need to take these 2 kills on the Aqua stairs, and indeed, 1 will go down, but that's going to be actually to Fate, who is then traded off by Eshin. Rivers in a 1v3. Aiden's very low. This is clutchable, but it's going to be a lot of work. Down goes Slimy. He can't pick himself up anymore, and this is now much more doable.
Yeah, 100% more doable here as he's down. He does know that Aiden's there in luggage. He just misses the mark. Aiden on so low HP. That could have been a big, big kill for Rivers, making it a 1v1. And I think we're a minute in, and he finds himself in a 1v2, which just previously a 1v3. But yeah, he just killed Splimy. But I mean, Coastline is just a crazy map. And with Rivers being in a 1vx 2 rounds in a row, I mean, it's just going to come down to basically Atrox Jack saying, hey, we need to survive longer. We can't have Rivers being in a 1vx with a minute left on the round every single round. So, and I mean, that's pretty much what's coming down here. He's going to get Jackal tracked, unfortunately, but things are coming down for him, too. They do know that he's there. He's going to kill Essen. He's going to kill Aiden. He's going to clutch up the 1v3. It is Rivers coming on top, winning that round, making it 1-1. What a clutch from Rivers. Again, a 1v3 for him.
Even when scanned, he has no fear. Swinging out and confirming those last 2 kills to confirm the round for his team. And that definitely should not have been a Jack's round. And yet it's stolen away. That's the type of plays you expect to see on Coastline, but
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see them this early on. We're already getting a heck of a match very early on, and we'll be seeing Kitchen for the first time this game.
I mean, all Rivers really had to do there was kill Eshan, because Eshan had 100 health, and Aiden being pretty much on 1 HP was just a one-shot, and that's exactly, I mean, it just played out perfectly for him. He got the pick onto Eshan. Aiden tried to get the refrag, but with him just being low HP, Rivers just landed a shot on him, and he unfortunately died. So just a good round there by Rivers, kind of clutching up that 1v3. And I said it kind of in the middle of that round, if Atrox Jax wants any chance of winning this game, they cannot just pin it all on Rivers to clutch up every single round. So, I mean, they're just going to have to work on just kind of playing a little more conservatively and just worrying about staying alive other than just kind of going all crazy and trying to get those frags.
I don't know, man. Rivers is good. He could just kind of ace every single one of these rounds potentially, maybe.
I mean, why not?
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
Already 6
It
kills
is-
out of him in the game.
Yeah. It is weird though, because Vent really stepped up last game, and I expect him to step up more this game as well, especially on Coastline, where he's going to have a lot more freedom. He was playing a more supportive role. Fate, also a very talented player, and Prolixel, I mean, we always joke that prolific Prolixel after I made that one comment where Prolixel clutched the 1v3 or whatever it was. So, yeah, no, all of these players on Atrox Jax have the firepower, but you can almost say the same of the side of Durag.
Durag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know these players personally. I do know Aiden from a long time ago. He's a very talented player. Slimy, I mean, we're friends. We were co-workers at one point. So, I mean, these players are really stepping up and showing what they can do. I hope to see more from them, really, because Eshin's been a little bit quiet recently.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't play bad, I don't think, Eshen last game. I think he went around somewhere near just breaking even. But, I mean, yeah, he's definitely the big name for Durag. I'd say he's probably one of, if not the best fragger on that team. Maybe you would go Aiden, and that would be a pretty fair argument, I would say. But I don't know. Eshen has a lot of potential to be that top fragger, and I feel like they're putting him on Ash on this map. He didn't play Ash too often. He played kind of similar operators like Bandit and stuff. But putting him on Ash on a map like Coastline is definitely trying to kind of maximize his potential here in this game.
What's going on? They're getting Candela and Kitchen from above. Rivers will pick up Ashen. So, Ash gone? Okay. I don't know what's happening, but I like it, I think.
I saw a Ying going in vertically, and I don't know when the last time I saw that was. So that's a first for a while. I think they were trying to Ying and nade, so they were trying to blind and then just get a cheeky nade off, and then they couldn't really do anything about it because they can't see. But I don't think obviously it didn't work because no one's dead. Prolixel has below a lot of HP, just a little more than 25 HP. Lawson is going to get a kill. That is onto Vent. That is him on Ying again. He's going to pick up a kill over by security main lobby. So man advantage back down to 4. They have a lot of good holes there, playing vertically from above. Chris Cat is just going to blindly go for some shots above, and it's going to land a couple on him. It's going to down Rivers to just a little more above 25 HP. I feel like a broken record keep saying that. Lawson's going to get a kill onto Rivers. So now Gills and Vent both go down. I was going to talk about their kill. Lawson's on a triple kill. Slimy and Chris get a kill as well. And it is Atrox Jax getting that round. No, excuse me, it's Durag. Gosh dang it, I am sorry.
Atrox Jackson got creamed is what just happened. They were pinched out in sight, even though they managed to get the opening kill. That's all they got. They responded 7-fold, taking out everyone in the round. And honestly, I was about to talk about that Ying getting the kill in lobby. Getting that control of lobby is super important as it allows you to control bathroom and start to pressure into kitchen service, get those cross angles, and maybe go for a plant. It didn't even need to be, they didn't even need to go for a plant, obviously, as they just ended up killing everyone. As, I don't know what happened, Jax kind of fled the site and then fled straight into the guns of Durag, who were waiting for them.
I think, in terms of Rivers, I think that's exactly what happened. Lawson had the control of main lobby, and I think Rivers actually rotated into bathroom, and he was on low HP from Chris, so, I mean, he put himself in a gunfight that was pretty much unwinnable for him. So, I think that you called it, exactly what happened. I mean, yeah, if you're attacking downstairs site, that's exactly what the main control has to be, depending on where you're trying to plant, but main lobby is a pretty big place where you need to get control from because, like you said, bathroom is a pretty heavily anchored spot, and I mean, if you control main lobby, you pretty much control any rotate out of bathroom, so they pretty much go hand in hand, and I think that's what happened there last round.
Especially since there was off-site presence near like Blue Bar and Sunrise, having main lobby control also helps with that because you can get the crossfires across the courtyard. I really hope that we see more from the defenses, but we kind of expected this attacker-sidedness. These attack rounds have looked drop dead from Durag, honestly. They've been doing a really good job of clearing out roamers, pushing them on the site, getting their picks. It's just a matter of sometimes the execution's not there. That round, though, the execution was certainly there for them.
Yeah, and I want to kind of pin it down to a questionable ban. I mean, Ace and Habana are good operators, so like it makes sense that you would want it. But on a map like Coastline, Heartbreach isn't like the biggest priority for attacking. And if you are a defender and you are going to go onto an attacker-sided map, it makes sense that you would want to get Jackal. But as I say that, Rivers, who has been the MVP for Atrox, is going to go down. That is Lawson. That's going to be the sub, and he's played very, very well in this first game for him. And I mean, it sucks that Anti got subbed out because he was playing pretty well too. But Lawson has done very, very well to start out this game too.
I find it almost comical that Gills is playing. Okay, never mind. As I open my mouth, Gills gets a kill. I was about to say, I find it funny that Gills is playing the Cade simply because there's only one hard breacher, and I doubt anyone's gonna try to thermite up service. And then Lawson's gonna tear through Gills, leaving it all up to Fate, and also Fate goes down. So once again, the execution's there for Durag, and they're gonna clean up every single member of Atrox Jets on a warpath to their half.
Just Gills for Atrox getting a Nitro kill. I believe that was played vertically on Chris, who was a Sledge playing above, trying to get to that vertical play. But yeah, I mean, Durag, I said last game after the rehost that they can't literally get down on themselves because they are playing in a 4v5 and you have at least one more game to play. So you're just going to have a quick memory of that previous game and just come out swinging like you did that first game. I mean, prior to the rehost, they definitely looked like the stronger team. And I mean, so far in these first 4 rounds, that's exactly what would happen. And what we're seeing here in this game, I mean, the one round for Atrox Jax was just Rivers putting the team on his back. Not even necessarily Durag doing anything wrong, just Rivers saying, hey, I need to get this round for the boys. And that's exactly what happened. So Durag has looked like the better team every single round, I would say.
You know, we were talking about mentally resetting after that map, but the standout player for Durag has been Lawson, someone who didn't feel that devastating loss that first map. So maybe it's just like Lawson doesn't like he's the substitute. He's completely mental fresh, right? He's just coming in here and he's like, all right, cool. This is my map 1, and I'm going to own it. And he has owned it. Every single corner of Coastline is not safe from Yang's LMG. Auto-locking one of the more toxic operators and absolutely doing a work with her. 80 rounds, I mean, we joke about it with the Alda being such a monster, but on the attack, it's not much different. You can tear through everyone with those pre-fires.
And it's even more devastating when you compare not only the 80 bullets that Lawson does have with Ying, but the gadget that Ying has as well is so effective. It's so good. It's literally 90 flashbangs inside 3 gadgets, and it's really fantastic. And it's really weird how Ying isn't really a must pick or like a guaranteed pick because she's just that good, in my opinion. Ying should be pretty much a lock pick if especially on Coastline, and even I would say on a map like Clubhouse, just because the size of Clubhouse is so small.
I think it has something to do with how people have figured out how to counter Ying, and Ying not being very prominent on PC simply because it's easier to destroy her Candelas. You can shoot those Candelas, you can impact nade them, you can do a bunch of things to destroy them, and I feel like a lot of people don't actually know that, but there's very clever solutions to a Ying pick. It's just a matter of bringing them, and every single round that Ying's come out, I mean, we see the Wamai, which is also another counter to Ying, a very good one at that, because it will destroy all the pellets before they detonate, as long as it catches the main Candela. Lawson, though, he's bringing it for the gun. He's running up the hallway. He misses all of his shots, though, and he's going to go down. Cats will respawn with a frag. Aiden's going to light up Fate through the wall. He'll go down, but can't confirm the kill. And so now, more than half the round left, but a lot of bloodshed already exchanged.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a common theme here in this game is that we're down to like 2v3s, 4v2s already, which is a minute and a half to go. And as I say that, it's going to be Aiden confirming that kill onto Fate. He downed him through the wall. Didn't know, I'm pretty sure that he didn't even know that he did down him because it was just a random wall bang. So, but he does get that confirmed. Prolixel is down to 1 HP too. He's holding on cool vibes. And just in terms of health, It looks like Durag has the advantage. As I say that, Aiden's going to take a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. He picks up a second. That's going to be Venta getting killed. It's going to be Prolixo getting swung on by S10 on cool vibes. He gets taken down, and then Gills is going to go down to Aiden. Aiden picks up 3 kills in that round, and Durag look unstoppable.
Yeah, Durag are, I don't even know anymore. Durag are just tearing through, and I don't know if it's just a matter of like the bans are attacker sided. I mean, it does kind of seem that way when you look at it, but it does also just feel like Durag are playing a better game of Siege right now.
Yeah, they're just playing well together. They're getting through the roam clear pretty early, pretty quickly. As you said, they just kind of go through bedroom. No one's really opting to kind of counter that, not really putting pressure on them from Atrox Jax by putting someone near like white stairs, luggage, anywhere to kind of stop the progression that they have from that bedroom from bathroom hatch. So they're pretty much going into VIP. They have the Ying so they can move up onto to base. They can throw it through the drone hole or through the long hallway. It doesn't matter. No one's really playing by hookah couches. I mean, nothing is really going right for Atrox Jax, and Durag is just capitalizing it big time.
And Lawson has found his new best friend, and that's going to be Amaru instead of Ying. Also, I've just noticed that Aiden's actually been having a terror of a game. He's on 8 kills in 5 rounds, which, when you compare that to Lawson's 6 kills in 5 rounds, still really good. I mean, you talk about KPR, and that's in between those two players. They have a KPR of like 1 point something or other. Just it's absolutely magnificent. They're just tearing through their opposition. And I believe I don't know exactly who the AGL is for Durag. I believe it. I don't know exactly. It might be.
I want to say Slimy, but it could be Aiden.
It might be Slimy. It might be Aiden, because I think it used to be Slimy, but I also think Aiden used the IGL for Quantum, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it's
they could
really
be
weird.
ideals.
Yeah, and honestly, like having 2 leaders isn't a bad thing as long as they have like kind of a similar mindset. Being able to split your push and then Aiden lead one side of it and Slimy lead the other side of it is super nice. Whatever Lawson did though was not so nice, as he's going to be sitting this round out. He very quickly dies on Amaru, but that's to be expected when your gadget is literally to swing into the building as quickly as possible with as little time to prepare as possible.
Amaru is not prominent in comp for that exact reason, and I almost want to say, if you are going to bring Amaru on a map, this is pretty much the exact opposite of the map you would want. This map is so small that you could be on the other side of the building and you would probably hear the Amaru gadget swinging them into the building. So, I mean, Lawson just wanted to get a little aggressive. Who can blame him? Sometimes the Amaru play is just so pleasing. You really want to go for that that Amaru play, but it doesn't work. Vent is going to get another kill. That's the Aiden. So the 2 prominent boys for Durag go down. Aiden and Lawson are down for the count. Gills is going to get downed. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. It might have been for the vertical play. No, it's actually going to be Essien on the kitchen window. Going to finish the kill. So it's going to be a 4v3, but Atrox Jax do seem to be in advantage here as the 2 main fraggers for Durag are down for the count.
I don't know what Vent's doing. He is playing a very deadly game, striking through the floor, looking for cats and cats. He has a much better gun, and he also has all these angles open. Prolixo will find Eshin, Slimy, and Cats on the 2nd floor now, looking to push down. And as I say it, no! Rivers will get the kill against Slimy. Slimy should have had that in the bag, but he'll choke his shots. Now it's all up to Cats in a very unlikely 1v4 situation. Cats flailing about, not being able to find anything. He has a lot of time, but he doesn't have the manpower. Vent will get the last kill, and that will be the half. Atrox Jax will manage to bring it to 2-4 on their defense side of Coastline.
Yeah, that was a huge round for Atrox Jax. It could have gotten ugly if Durag was able to pull away with a 5-1 split. And I also just want to comment that Rivers had absolutely no business winning that gunfight. What a great kind of flick and shot right onto the head there onto Slimy. I mean, that was an insane shot. That was almost, if you want to say, the kill that really cemented the win for that round for Atrox Jax. I mean, if he dies, main lobby control kind of dwindles down a little bit, and it puts Slimy in a better position to take that and to get better control on the map. So that could have decided that whole round there for Atrox Jax.
Yeah, sometimes the plan breaks down early and you don't have the man count to really put your strategies in effect. But
Yeah.
Coastline isn't really one of those maps. You can really do whatever you want with like 3 people. I think other maps like Oregon or Villa, you really need that 5-man to do any of your strategies. Maybe 4, you lose someone early. But on Coastline, you have 2 people and you could still execute a strategy however you want. Smoke nades, 1 player covers, or clear out from this side and let's push through VIP, something like that. So with 2 players, it's much different than having 1 player. I mean, you're literally having half the power to do something. So, you know, that kill really swung it and finalized Atrox Jack's win there. Going into their attacking half, they're not looking too bad. It is going to be a matter, though, of they're going to have to show something very early on. And apparently they don't have to. Because, yeah, well, that's...
Oh, no. I think he was putting shotgun holes above the mirror window, and Aiden just ran right in front of him. It was actually a headshot, so I mean, at least his headshot stats don't go down because he got this, so his percentage stays. It goes up.
I really hope that whoever does the stats includes that in the headshot total. But like somehow Lawson will have like 112% headshot ratio, and everyone will be like, "What? How do you get more headshots?" And then we're like, "No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine."
It's actually really impressive to get a headshot with that shotgun. Like, you can aim for the head, try to go for a headshot on that gun, and there's no guarantee that it will be a headshot. It's so
Don't
weird
you
how
need
that
to
thread
hit
works.
every pellet in the head to get the headshot?
It's something like that. It's something kind of strange, but yeah, that sounds about right. So, just unfortunate for Aiden. And after the first half, Durag looking so well, that is not how you want to start out the second half. Going to
Mango,
the least disadvantaged side. Yeah.
Mango, we haven't mentioned the site.
Yeah, they're a penthouse. It just clocked now. And as I say that, Prolixo's gonna clock right onto Splimey's head, who's down in kitchen.
Whew.
So yeah, they are at a 5v3 man disadvantage on penthouse. That is really weird. That's a weird sentence.
Well, you went to catch them off guard. I don't know if this is exactly what you were planning. They are definitely surprised. It's definitely not what you wanted. Prolixo will go down, so the man count will be evened up a little bit, but not enough. It looks like if the smoke nades come out, there could be a plant, and indeed, smoke nades are going out. Gills might be trying for a plant very quickly. Vent's throwing out the Yin Candelas to try and flash out these players behind the mirrors, and Vent will get control of the bed. There is the player behind the mirror that will trade damage. Vent's actually getting damaged by the bandit charge as well. Katz and Eshin will get kills, and now it's a man disadvantage for Atrox Jax. Vent will finally respond. Rivers at very low health. Lawson needs to use these smoke nades to his advantage. Rivers will retrieve the diffuser and try to stick it, but it's going to be all up to Vent to cover. He'll swing wide. He'll get one, and now it's going to be all up to Lawson. Smoke nade goes out. It just narrowly misses Rivers, though. Vent and Lawson are going to have to do this duel if Lawson wants to win the round. No, the smoke nade will actually get Rivers as he gets off the plant. Lawson just needs this one kill, but he can't find it, and that's going to be the first attacking round for Atrox Jax.
It would have been so fantastic if Durag won penthouse on their first defense. They were really close. That was a really good kind of, I don't want to say retake, but a kind of a good to get the man advantage back to even. That was a good swing there by Chris on the castle to get the 2 by the planter. Not only get to the planter and the person covering them by that big window. So, I mean, it was very close. Very good play there by Chris and by Lawson, but it's just so close, but yet no cigar.
Cigar is on a cafe.
I hate Terry.
It looks like Durag haven't learned their lesson. They're going back to Penthouse Theater, and I can't even blame them. They did so well on it that time. Maybe try not putting a shotgun shell in Aiden's head, and we can maybe talk about winning the round.
Oh my god, yeah. Actually, thinking back at it, it was a 1v1, and they were at a fight. Oh, Aiden might have actually made a huge difference that round. Oh my goodness. That's so unfortunate. Wow. All right, yeah, but yeah, they're going to go back into Penthouse, and I mean, I thought they were just doing it kind of a one-time just to catch them off guard, but I mean, I guess that's not the case as they have to go back. Is this their preferred site? Is Penthouse their #1 site on this map? I don't think that's anybody's ever said that before.
Like I think when Coastline first came out back in
Yeah,
year
but,
2,
like,
season
recently.
2,
Yeah,
or year 2, season 1 actually. Oh my lord, we're old, Mango.
I know, that's
We're siege boomers now.
for real.
What a-
That seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, no, but it used to be the preferred site, and I will say with these bans, I kind of understand it. Ace and Habana are very strong
That's fair.
hard breaches on this site, and usually
Mhm.
you want to bring one of the two. If you can't bring either of them, I can understand maybe wanting to go this site. Aiden is gonna go for a spawn kill because he loves dying early, but he also loves killing early. And he won't find anything as the entirety of Atrox Jax is spawned away from that side of the map.
Yeah, as we saw, like the bird's eye view there by our spectator, it was just Aiden on that side of the map, and he was just staring at nothing. That was kind of funny, but yeah, trying to go for aggressive play. No one's there, so they're not gonna be able to capitalize on that. But I mean, there is a lot of people on site right now. Aiden though is not stopping the aggressive play. He's gonna try to catch one on the big window off guard. And he's playing aggressive on there. No one's repelling. Oh, excuse me. There's 2 repelling, 3 repelling on that window. So there's a good chance there that he might be able to catch one off guard.
This is a perfect time for a nitro cell thrown out. Unfortunately, Jaeger doesn't have a nitro cell. I would be afraid of whatever horror Ubisoft has created if he did. Aiden just holding this tight angle. He really does just want the smoke, and I'm not talking about smoke shotgun. He wants to take these fights, and he takes it, and Gills wins it. So once again, Aiden getting taken out early on this site. It's going to be a very similar situation, but this time they haven't cleared out the roamer below. And if actually, wait, no, Prolixel did go below and cleared out the roamer, but the roamer didn't die this time, which means there's 2 C4s upstairs capable of denying the plant alongside Lost in Smoke nades.
Yeah, and obviously SN is on the mirror right now, so that is one name, but I'm not sure exactly where Splimey is. I'm aware, but he could be a big factor here because if he is downstairs, he could be the main guy to deny this plant. We're going to see Lawson try to do just that with the smoke grenades, but he's just going to miss a little Gills by a little second. So plants will get down. We are in a 4v4 post-plant situation. You only get stuff like that on Coastline. Splimey's going to take out Rivers, so it's a 4v3 in favor of Durag. But Plant is going down. They have a repel right outside the window, so it's going to be very, very hard for Durag to kind of clutch this round up. Splimey, I think they just downed each other.
They traded!
They're going to trade each other, so it's a 2v2 right now. And I believe that was SN trying to go for the defuse. Gills is right there on the repel to stop that. Gills is going to try to get the other one. Lawson's there. He's trying to fake, but it's not going to do much. There is no time left anymore, so that is going to be it. That's going to be Atrox Jax taking the round.
Lawson's just patting the KD. Unfortunate. The smoke nades and the plant denial was not there. It must be in a cacophony of sounds in order to stop. Like, the plant didn't go down, I think, because so much was happening. Yink Candles were going out, smoke nades were popping. Both of the attack and the defense variety. So I understand why they maybe didn't know plant was going down, but you really need intel on that. And if you don't have intel on, yeah, they seem to have an idea, but they didn't do anything about it. And I feel like you could deny that plant with a smoke nade thrown just right.
Yeah, that's the kicker. That he threw the smoke grenade, but it wasn't on the mark, and it's definitely a tight throw there, because you can just kind of tuck into the corner. I'm not sure actually if you can clip if you go into the back of the couch, like the couch facing towards theater. I'm pretty sure you can clip the smoke through that and get it onto that corner. I could be wrong, but it's something like that, and so it's just a little bit of a missed opportunity. But even with that smoke, even if he was in a position to get a smoke grenade off, Ying was just running up on them anyway. I kind of want to preach the Ying player there. I mean, he just threw the Ying and was just the bait. I believe it was Vento last round. He just threw the Yings and just pushed them. Even if he died, he wasted enough time for the plant to go down. So that was a really good use of Ying grenades and just the use of distraction, and it worked beautifully.
Raw manpower, they can't stop us all. I feel like I've heard this one before. Huh. Well, round count is even, man count is even. Not something we could have said about the previous rounds. Well, we're gonna have to see what the hookah defense is like, as Durag have finally decided that maybe enough is enough. Enough fun in games, enough playing with our food. We're gonna actually try to get business done, do our job. We haven't even seen their kitchen defense yet, which I feel like was a big strong suit of Quantum Demons, is that their kitchen defense was actually quite nice. So hopefully we. Oh, Aiden not managing to land the spawn kill. He's been going for those every round. He hasn't been spawn killed by his own teammates, so I understand why he would be doing that. I just eventually one day it's gonna get punished and it's not gonna feel good.
Yeah, I mean, Aiden had like to pick up the litter there. There was like 3 or 4 players running up right through where he was spawn picking, but he just can't get any shot. It was very a tight angle, and so they were just running by. It would have been a really, really impressive shot if he did end up even landing any damage. Speaking of damage, it's going to be Lawson. He's going to be over by Blue Bar. That's going to be Gills. That's the Nomad. That is a big, big operator on a map like this. Then now Flank is definitely available, as the Nomad is not available to put down the gadgets to stop a flank. So with a roamer downstairs and Blue Bar, that's exactly what Lawson's going to be able to do if he wants to go over by to White Stairs, because it looks like the push is coming from luggage.
You know, I just saw that Fate has 1 kill, and I shed a singular tear for every kill that he had, which was 1. Yeah, no, this is not the Fate we're used to seeing. Fate can be a very strong player, and he just hasn't stepped it up today. The lack of hard breach is also kind of hurting here, as they're going for a VIP side push, but this wall is reinforced, and they need someone with either a secondary hard breach gadget, which I believe Yang does have access to, or they need a normal hard breach, which they definitely don't have access to. Okay, well, Lawson will just put his head right in the Rivers crosshair. Rivers doesn't even have to work for that one. Prolix will get cats, and that's going to be Aqua Control quickly established, but there's 2 gun barrels pointed straight at it, and that's going to be Aiden and Splimy. Prolix will pick up Splimy, however, so that's going to make quick work of that. They'll take control of Aqua, and the plant likely to be attempted here very shortly.
Yeah, with SN and Wishy were Aiden all kind of nearby either VIP hallway or hookah. Speaking of Wisher Aiden, he's going to run out onto Rivers. That's a big kill because that's the person on the big window. Now, they can actually rotate kind of a little more safe, but I mean, it's still very, very dangerous to do. Point is going to go down by default there by the bomb. Fate is down in nearby VIP, so if SN is going to rotate, he's going to have to either pick up that kill or just hope he misses a shot. It doesn't happen, though. Fate kills excuse me,
Aiden?
SN. Aiden's going to get 2, though, and it's a 1v1 with Fate, the only one out. He's going to go for a defuse with Fate stuck in a Malusi. I'm not sure what's going on. Is he going to be able to do it? He is, I think. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, Fate!
The ninja defuse, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why Malusi was banned last match, because that things can exactly happen with the Wub devices. They are so critical when you try to push the site. I mean, Fate wins that 99 times out of 100 if Malusi is banned. I mean, Malusi is such a strong operator, and we decided it's full effect there.
You know, I made the joke during the first round of the first map. I don't wish I were Aiden. I wish I were Vent. But after that one, I do have to take it back. I do kind of wish I was Aiden.
Yeah, what a great decision. Now, on top of getting the 2 kills to make it a 1v1, but the decision to stick the defuse with Fate so close nearby, I mean, that was a really, really gutsy call, and it worked out beautifully. Just mere seconds away from Fate being able to kill Aiden. I mean, that came down to literal milliseconds on that round.
Yeah, the raw confidence that Aiden exuded that round was impressive. He said, okay, I am so confident, I'm just going to stick it. I ain't even going to look around. He just walked up to it and started sticking it. And honestly, Fate should have had it, but he stood too long in the Malusi wub. And unfortunately, wub step is not his favorite genre, as it turns out.
My goodness. Oh, you can always rely on Terry to go for those punts. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's exactly what happened there. Just a little unfortunate there from Fate. I mean, he was in a good position there to kill SN, who was on the smoke that round. He was lying down in the hallway. I said, yeah, that SN's going to either have to pick up the kill or hope Fate misses the shots, but Fate did not miss the shots. And even though he's not having the best of game, I mean, I don't think that was necessarily all his fault. It was just a little bit of like bad circumstance there, and it also could put some blame on the other two teammates that unfortunately had to meet Aiden at his absolute peak right now. He's playing out of his mind. Him and Lawson are really the two big names here for Durag this game.
Oh, don't give it to Aiden. He's going for another spawn kill every single round, and he almost gets it. Aiden has to be punished one of these rounds, or he's going to keep doing it. And one of these times, he's either going to find great success or horrible failure. He can't just...
Every round, he's like inches away from getting that head there. I mean,
Except
he's
for
always
that
going
first
for
round
that.
where he was just away from everyone.
Yeah, where he was all by himself on that side of the map. Yeah, that is true. But the round prior and this round, he was just mere inches away from hitting a really nice shot and getting that spawn peak kill. But I mean, yeah, I mean, even without that failed spawn peak attack, it's looking like they're gonna set up for some vertical play here. They have dropped down bathroom hatch, and it looks like they don't have a sludge. Oh, they do have a sludge. Excuse me. And they also have an ash. So vertical play is going to be really easy here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. And Chris Cat's getting very aggressive there. He almost got Rivers there, but just missing a couple shots. It looks like he was just mere inches away from that head, but no luck there, as he's going to walk away there without getting unscathed.
Oh no, Vigil is spotted inside Billiards by the Jackal skins. He's most likely not going to be able to get out. He'll impact actually the Aqua Hatch and escape away scot-free, which... very good roam by him to waste a Jackal scan. He wasted a lot of time, and he'll manage to rotate away. Eshin, I don't think, realizes how close the Jackal is, but he'll very quickly will. Lawson will get killed. Eshin will swing on the Prolixel. Down goes the Jackal. No more Jackal scans, and Aiden will pick up kills, so no more flank watch. Fate from above will get cats. And that's going to be a series of trades back and forth, but they're going to keep us at even man count for now with a minute left.
Ooh. You saw Slimy there. But not only did Venta going into sight, he's going to get down. Yeah, he did miss the Candela, which is very unfortunate, but Slimy was up right next to VIP Door. Espen's going to get a double kill there. Fate and Venta go down, so it's just Rivers the Sledge above. Slimy is available to roam, but it's just going to be Aiden just peeking through the floor there to get the headshot onto Rivers. They force match point after a couple rounds lost. Durag has put up a show here. They force match point. They are in the driver's seat here. 6-4, the score currently.
Yeah, they got a full house there. 2 kills for Aiden, 3 kills for... I literally already forgot Eshin's name somehow. Point being is that... yeah, point being is they got the full house, and then they'll go to Penthouse, which...
yes.
After their first 2 attempts this site, I'm not feeling too confident in their chances.
I feel it's fitting. I feel it has to come to, even if they lose this round, I hope they go to it the next round. I feel like it has to end on Penthouse here. I just feel like it'd be just the perfect way to end this match. It's been a very, very good matchup. 2 even teams kind of duking it out here on Coastline. I mean, this is exactly the game we expected, and this is, I mean, there is no front of expecting that, as it's been a barn burner. And, I mean, Durag's obsession with Penthouse is definitely strange, but I'm all for it. I'm always down for, like, cool, different strategies that teams take on, and Penthouse Theater being the main site for Durag is no exception to that.
Yeah, I really want to see Durag's interpretation of Blue Bar Sunrise, honestly. I feel like it would be I feel like it'd be a cool one. They'd have something unique for it. You said Barn
Cool.
Burner.
Go ahead.
Ooh. Okay, was that on broadcast, or do we have to repeat that? Alright, well, Cube stopped us to inform us that there will be a giveaway. If we can reach 100 views, there will be a 3 times giveaway. 3 people will be walking away with 2,670 R6 credits. I believe it's the exact number. I don't know why it's such a specific number, but hey man, I ain't complaining. No more questions from me, just give me my renown. Wait, not renown. R6 credits. R6 credits are better than renown. Don't get renown, get R6 credits.
I mean,
I'll give you renown if you give me R6 credits, honestly. 1-for-1 trade?
That's pretty much the battle pass right there, paid by AGL itself. So if we get to 100 viewers, make sure to share that out to your friends, to your homies, whoever. Make sure we get to 100 viewers if you guys want a chance to get those R6 credits for next season if you want to buy the battle pass. So, but yeah, I also want to point out that you said that they would have a cool interpretation on the blue bar defensive hold, and I think it's funny because the cool vibe stairs is right there.
I see what you're getting at. I thought it was ironic that I said full house and then they go to penthouse. Prolixel will take out Slimy as Slimy picks up Rivers.
You had to one up me. I thought I was cool for getting the cool vibes, and you just had to one up me. You're
It's
always
all
one step
chill.
ahead of me.
It's all chill. Lawson will try to flush out this player below, but Prolixel just a little bit too aware. Now they have the man advantage going into the half here. Fate and will meet up with Vent as they're attempting to push and possibly go for a plant. Gills is on the window, and it looks like they're going to try to make some magic work. Prolixel still positioned below, making sure that no one goes below for a Nitro Cell. But they're going to have to run across these sight lines and take these gunfights if they want to get the plant down. It's going to be all up to Vent, and he has the R4C in hand, willing to take these gunfights.
It's definitely weird that Vent is the person to have the diffuser right in the situation. I would almost say it would be Nomad, but Nomad being on the window is going to be the main cover. Aiden has moved. He was right behind that blue couch there, which was a very, very aggressive position to be in, but he has a very lucky move. I think that would have cost him his life if he stayed there. And, I mean, it looks like Fate and...
Oh,
I thought he got the kill, but no, it's going to be Gills onto Aiden. I thought Fate got the kill there for a second, but FN's going to pick up Vent. That's diffuser down inside. Prolixel's going to get killed. It's going to be Chris. He's going to rotate over, and now he's underneath.
Oh,
he doesn't have a
He has
nitro,
eyes on
but
the
he can
diffuser.
play for below. But
Okay.
I believe Gills is aware that he's underneath.
But can Gills find the angle? And indeed he can. Katz goes down. It's all up to Eshin. He's going to need a lot more to do in this round. The Nitro Cell goes out. It won't connect. I think Gills actually shot it. And now Fate's going to rotate for a much more safe plant behind the vent. Eshin's going to have to take these gunfights. He almost wins it against Gills, but he'll narrowly manage the headshot. And down he goes. It's going to be round 11 for Atrox Jax.
Yeah, and if you're Durag, I feel like it's time to put away Penthouse. You are 0-3 on that side. I don't think it's going to work anytime soon. I mean, there's a reason why it's not played too prominently anymore, because it's not a good site. So it's good to see that they're opting to go hookah this time around. Did they? Yeah, they went kitchen once, right? And they ended
Kitchen
up
once
winning it.
and
Okay.
hookah once.
Yes, and they're 1-0 on both of them. So, I mean, if you are Durag, you got to feel a little comfortable. You won this site last time, so match point. You don't want to go to OT because OT might just depend on whoever gets attackers, because it seems like the attackers have been the main factors here. Obviously, Durag got the 4-2 split when they are on attack, and if Atrox Jax win this round, then they will get the 4-2 split on their attacking. So, and I mean, it's going to come down to really who's the attackers, FOT. So Durag needs to put this game away, force game 3, and take it to Chalet if they don't want to take it to just a chance at OT.
Yeah. See, I want to say that, yeah, it's time to put up Penthouse. Penthouse isn't working. But also, that was their tertiary site, and they came so close. And they've come so close so many times.
Yeah.
Like, even the first round, when they were down 3-5, they managed to even out and almost stabilize. And
Yeah,
that's
it's very close.
I just don't understand. Every round, something horribly just goes wrong, and there's almost no accounting for it. Like putting a shotgun blast in your teammate's head. I mean, I guess you can account for that, but you don't really want to.
Right.
So every round, something happens, whether it be an early pick is given away, a team kill, or just the time not working out in your favor. Or the angles, the castle below just narrowly being spotted and taken out. If he would have just played it a little bit more safe, he would have been able to deny plant from below. I really hope that if they do go to overtime, they do show us Penthouse one more time. One more go around the Penthouse. Because I feel like the fourth time's the charm, that's the same, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're 0-3 on a site, you're just bound to win it the fourth time. I think that's just common knowledge, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly. They did always seem to kind of make it close every time they went Penthouse, excluding the second time. The first time, we got it down to a 2v2, but then they unfortunately lost it. The second time, it was just a 4v1, and they just kind of steamrolled. Atrox Jax did, and then Durag in that last round, obviously, it came down pretty close. And yeah, if Chris just was able to play a little more conservatively and just kind of wait for a plant, use that shotgun to get a planter from below, I feel like that was their best chance, but it just didn't unfold that way, unfortunately.
Prolixel sniffing around for footprints of those dirty roamers, but nobody's actually visited the penthouse side of the map in a while. So he's not going to be able to find anyone. Lawson playing a curious deployable shield. I feel like this is very easily punished from Billiard's window, but maybe there's a grand
Yeah.
scheme in all of this because it actually doesn't look like it's being punished at all.
Yeah, that's a really weird place to put that shield. You kind of put, I mean, normally you put a shield there by the bar, by the hookah couches, and you can just kind of sit there, especially if you're smoke, because then you could do that kind of where you can clip the smoke through the corner wall and get to the default point. Fade is going to take a heck of a lot of damage. I think that was a Nitro from below. I could be wrong, though. Slimy's going to get the entry, though, onto Venta. That's the Ash down. That was near main lobby. Lawson, excuse me, is going to do some crazy shots. I think he only landed one on the Prolissa, but it's going to be Chris Katz doing more. That's going to be on the Rivers through the drone hole. Rivers is going to take a lot of HP. He's below 25 HP through the drone hole. Usually you see the attackers use that angle, but it's the defenders now this time, and he's going to take just a little more tick of damage. He is on very low HP.
Nitro Cell smoke nades of bullets raining in, trying to confirm Rivers so much utility. Not meant to be though, but he will be brought so low.
Oh my
It's going to be a 3-man push of Aqua. It's not going to go exactly as planned. Lawson will pick up Rivers. Fate will take out Aiden. Prolixel will go down, and that means the health advantage is still firmly in control. Katz will get 2. He's looking for his 3rd. He's actually looking for the pistol, and he's going to swing it out, but he can't get it. He's going to retreat back, and now it's going to be peek 'em one at a time, boys. As Gil's trapped on the balcony, he'll narrowly manage to get away, but it won't be for long.
Yeah, a good peek there from Chris to get the Jackal who was getting picked up or was picked up, and to get that double kill to make it a 4v1, and it's kind of an awkward interaction there on the Aquarium balcony. But Durag does finish it out. I mean, say what you will, but they did look like they were going to win that last round. Some unfortunate circumstances did happen, but they do make the series 1-1 here on Coastline, winning 7-5. So we're going to go to a quick break in between games. We are not going to a quick break, excuse me. I believe because we are behind target a little bit. So we're actually going to go map 3, Chalet. We're going to hand it back to the analyst decks, and they can delve on this game and the next game. Okay, and we'll take it to keeps then.
Alrighty, so what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? So that's 2 games out of the book. Sorry, you guys can see me clicking real quickly, making sure that I do have the score right here. I believe it was 7-5. Is that finish there in favor here of Durag? So the series is tied up 1-1. The final map they're going to be going to is Chalet. So we've seen only one team play this map before, and this only team that's played this map has been Durag. And Durag last time when they played this map prevailed over Calibrate Envy. So remember this. Remember, great team. I mean, Calibrate Envy is probably the top team in here right now. And I mean, for Durag to get a convincing like 7-2 win, I believe it was over a team like Envy on a map like that. That's a great sign for Durag here. So this map is already looking in favor of Durag. But before I do send us to a quick break, as we're waiting for some more guys to get in here, there's a giveaway going on. So for that giveaway, we need 100 plus viewers. Excuse me, in here. I got to see with my eyes here. Make sure you have 100 plus. So spread the link. Once you do get that 100 plus, you just do just say giveaway. I have it pulled up on Nightbot. So if you guys enter just the word giveaway, anything around that, automatically enters you into the giveaway. So once it's time, I just roll it. Everyone has a chance to get it. It will pick 3 people for that giveaway. So stay tuned. Artemis verified here for me that we are doing the giveaway. So like he said, 100 people, and we will be giving away 2670 R6 credits to 3 lucky people. So thank you guys for joining us for game 2. Map 3 of game 1. Going to be going very, very soon as we get the guys in here. And then remember, Calibrate Envy versus Calibrate Reapers kickoff. Supposed to kick off at 9 o'clock. That's not going to happen the way that this game is going with all the time delays. So I'll send you guys to a quick break. We'll be back with Map 3 Chalet between Atrox, Jax, and Durags. See you guys in a bit.
Empty streets, bright lights shining in the dark. Lost souls on their way, hearts set apart. All these faces, but only yours on my mind. Trying to find the right path, but walking blind. Raindrops on my skin, I'm frozen. Whether you, that's the life I've chosen. 'Cause you and me, we weren't perfect. We had everything, but we ruined it. And now there's no one who cares for me. So I'll stay lonely. Seeing monsters at your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat. You know I'll come running. standing side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running.
But he's not able to hit his shots. Splimy is, however. Prone Stars will go down, and Splimy's absolutely popping off. He's got the opportunity for the ace. It's going to be RM's main challenge here. If the intel comes out, he can be picked off in an instant. Splimy gets the ace.
The players of Calibrate know where he is and is just going to cut to equalize this out. Meanwhile, Plant has gone down. He's going to get into a confrontation with the Habana and actually be able to take him down. That's a triple kill for Sports Beast. Now all he has to take out is Belicious. Belicious is going to be playing a lot more passive all the way back on these red stairs, holding a long angle. He does know that there's a vertical hole and he is on a cam. This defuse has to go down. Sports is going to be on it. 4-3 as it goes down. Cube Pro is not fake. He will be able to get the quad. He has time to defuse a huge quad kill from Sports Beast. He will clutch him.
2-2, 19 seconds on the clock. This might not be a win by them. C4 as well. The Evil Eye comes into play. There goes the denial. They can't go for the plan. He has to find the frag now. Another one comes out. He needs to find the last one out. Oh my god!
Seconds left. Godly trying to get this player on set. There it is. Cayman off the board. 2v2 off the Phil and Triex versus Zaxby and Godly. Triex will get taken out. It's all up to Phil. Zaxby and Godly, the fragging duo for Resurrect, will take.
He's just pinched inside of Memorial. He will go for Nitro, and this might connect onto the Nomad if he times it right, and it will bring it, giving him a double kill. Next to... Wait, it won't be. Wait, was it not the Nomad that was going to hit? What is going on?
A one-on-one confrontation in the middle of laundry, but Gunny holding a magnificent angle. He has this scenario just exactly where he wants it, and Gunny with a 4K clutch!
Really bring this down to a 4v2. The commit now coming out. As Aiden will be able to get on a triple kill for Aiden. He will be able to get 3 now. He's gonna swing and he has to find Aiden, but he does not know where he is. What a huge triple kill, and there we go. A quad kill from Aiden to finish this first round off. It will go the way of Quantum Demons. Well, that's what will be happening. Shots firing out from the yin, coming in from the electrical door, and he will be able to connect onto that. Triple kill for his Saturn, as it's gonna be left all left up to the Nomad.
Henry to go for a possible plant. Can he get it off in time? He in fact will, but can he get flagged? What a quad kill by Saturn!
Upstairs, that'll be the first kill going the way of Wrath, as Godly will fall to Can't Handle Me. Playing that bandit, he'll be taking down to 75 health. Equally does not know that the Jaeger is above, and he could easily get flanked from him. That's gonna be the second kill, and Can't Handle Me's gonna get a double kill. That's gonna be kills going all the way of Wrath, and they're gonna clean up the round within the first 2 minutes. That's a flawless round.
And welcome back to Ascension Gaming League. We are here for map 3. We are waiting for one guy. I believe it's Gills again. Gills likes his breaks, man. This guy loves his breaks. I don't know what he does with his breaks, but he enjoys his breaks. Every time we're like, you guys have 10 minutes, he is out of there, man. The last minute break was dinner or lunch, whatever he had during that 10-minute break. This 10-minute break, I don't know what he's doing. Anyone have any ideas of what he's doing on this 10-minute break? Well, you know what? Maybe some of us are on the West Coast, Terry. You see, and for me, it was lunch around that time. It was like 3 a.m. Or sorry, 3 a.m.
3
Wow.
a.m.?
3 p.m. Let's clarify. 3 p.m. when the game started. Now it's almost 6 p.m. and the other game was supposed to start at 6 p.m. and it's not gonna start at 6 p.m. So for the East Coast lads, we're gonna be here for a long time.
But who eats lunch at 4 p.m.?
Who is at 4
Yeah,
p.m.?
that's a bit weird. I'm not going to lie.
Listen, I couldn't tell you who ate lunch at 4 p.m. I mean, hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe he had a dinner, as they call it, lunch and dinner. Linner. Linner. Okay,
Oh,
so
dear.
like I said, the map is Chalet. This is definitely a Durag favorite at map. Durag has been the favorite, this entire game. They ended up losing, like I said, map 1 due to a 4v5. They, Antified had to leave, so they ended up going for Jax. They were down 5-3 and swooped all the way back to a 7-5. You just saw Durag take the win here against Jax on Coastline 7-5, a back and forth match of the gun skills. And now, it's coming up to Chalet, where it's putting Clubhouse and Coastline into one, and hopefully, one team can prevail here. The winner does move on to either play Caliber Envy or Caliber Reapers, who will play next right after them once these two are finished. And that's it for me. It's time to the cast to break it down, and hopefully Gills can get in here very, very soon.
Ready.
Gills,
Yep, so it's us again. Ango and Terry back, game 3. We're gonna be here for game 2 as well, or match 2, or matchup 2, whatever you want to call it. So we're here for a long time. We're not even halfway done yet.
Aiden's pushing for forfeit on whoever's end, Gills's end.
They have time. It's like 15 minutes in between matches, so there's not going to be a forfeit. Like there's
Yeah,
like
nah.
a specified amount of time you get in between maps. I honestly, it's like either 15 or 30 minutes. I forget what it is, but it's definitely not like a forfeit type thing. It does suck because like Gills is like trying to take his time off, and I'm sure he has like IRL stuff that's happening, and like he's just like, well, I gotta see my team through. I do know that Gills kind of like got burnt out on Siege a little bit and kind of stepped away, but he's come back full force for playoffs, and honestly, he's been doing a really good job. I don't think he's really been showing up on the kill feed much, but he's definitely been showing up in strategy and stuff like that. He's definitely directing his team, as it were, and his team is picking up the frags left, right, and center. Fate had a little bit of a slow game last time, but Rivers certainly didn't invent. Maybe fell off a little bit, but he's still in there. And I mean, with these 4, like Vent, Prolixel, Rivers, and Fate, they can definitely get things done on Chalet.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that a lot of people, like, except for like a couple people on each team, really kind of fill in a role of like the fragger, the entry. I mean, that's just pretty much what these two teams are. They're very versatile, I mean, it seems like anybody, if somebody is playing really well, then they can fill in the role of the entry while someone else is gonna just go back to the support. I mean, that's anybody can really play any role on these two squads, and I feel like we're seeing it in full force in these first 2 games. Clubhouse and Coastline are definitely 2 different maps, and it was really cool to see the 2 teams kind of change things up as they transition in between the 2. And like you said, Fate didn't really do much the second game, but he was pretty good on the first game. So, did I get that backwards? I think it was actually backwards.
No,
I think
you got it right.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, I mean, that's just how it is, especially in a best of 3, especially if you go for maps that are really, really different in terms of each other. So, it's going to be really interesting to see on Chalet. I say Chalet's more, it's like a hybrid of Clubhouse and Coastline, if you will. It's Coastline in terms that is attacker favorited, and it's very frag oriented. But Clubhouse, you definitely need a sense of strategy for Chalet. It's very, very big. It's the roamer's playground. There's a lot of places people can be, so it's almost similar to theme park in terms of how it's played, because you almost have to, if we're at the roam clear, you're going to have to be very, very efficient and very quick. You can't be too quick in terms of where then you're very vulnerable to a kill. I mean, it's very, very interesting. And honestly, I'm really surprised that it is attacker oriented. Like the games that we've seen in AGL, even in other leagues, at Pro League, whatever, it seems like the attackers have the advantage on this map.
I was following you with the Chalet and Clubhouse comparison, the Coastline, where it's like a frag heavy kind of like strategy map, and like there's
I
a
lost
certain
that
way
theme
that
park.
it flows. And then you just like, you went theme park, and I'm like, what?
In terms
What?
of like size and
Chalet
everything.
doesn't even have any bumper cars, Mango.
Oh my goodness.
You can't have a theme park without bumper cars.
I hate it here. I hate it here. And it's all bad.
Aiden's wanting exact time on when Gills left, so I'm trying to get that right now.
I mean, he has like 8 or 7 minutes
But
left.
could one of you two try to get it better than me right now?
Actually, no. We
Yeah, he
ended
doesn't have
the
that too
game.
long left.
We ended the game with 23 minutes on the dedicated server. We are now to 11, so he has like a couple minutes left to get in. I feel like Aiden is kind of justified
No,
here.
I'm pretty sure the thing goes up to like 24.
Even still, that makes it even worse. So
Yeah. Yeah, and if one of you two could, that would be lovely.
What? Sorry, I spaced out. Oh, resync. I'm at 11:30, 11:29,
yeah, I'm safe
11:28.
with Terry. Yeah, we're good. We're all set up,
You're like a little bit ahead, I think, but
but that's good. That's fine.
Are either of you two going back?
Go back to what?
Because Aiden's still wanting exact time, bro.
I don't know.
Just say
like,
4 minutes. Just say 4 minutes. I feel like that's a good enough time.
I
Oh.
don't know. Like, this is the admin's job. I don't know what the like. What are we supposed to do as
Yeah.
casters?
What's this man wanting me to say? I ain't timing him. I didn't whip out the timer. It'd be like, he got this time. This ain't my job
Well,
either.
It's definitely been around 15 minutes, so just give him
Yeah,
3 or 4
I
minutes.
don't know.
I feel like it's fair.
Yeah. I don't
If
know.
admins are gonna make the call, and then let's make the call. It's all good.
Gills did say he had to go somewhere for 10 minutes, and I think it's been.
He
a little
said
bit
that
more
at
than 10 minutes.
42 after that. He said that at 42 after, but he left the lobby, I think, at 40.
Then yeah, it's been
Yeah.
15 minutes. Then.
They're arguing about
It's-
45s and stuff. We're just gonna shoot
I think
shoot the crap
well,
while we wait for them to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could talk about. I don't know. What can we talk about? We could talk about. There's a new reveal on May 4th.
Oh, I
for
thought
the
we were
next
gonna
season.
talk about the spawn kills, honestly. You know, Aiden's
No.
habit. No.
Aiden didn't get any spawn kills, so it doesn't exist. I choose to forget it.
It's irrelevant to us. Yeah, no, I witnessed it all, sadly. I don't know. I'll just say that we'll give him till like what, 59? I think that's solid.
Let the admins figure it out, Grimmy.
Yeah, pink's
Alright.
nobody. But yeah,
it ain't my job.
we're just the casters.
Then
and
Aiden
spectators,
leaves.
so.
This town ain't big enough.
Yeah, you probably should have done it to a break.
Sure.
So we'll see you guys after.
Alright, hope you guys are enjoying the music right here with Bang Your Head by who's this by? Oh, I cannot say that name. Never mind. I can't tell you who it's by. It's explicit words, starts with an F, ends with a K. Can't say that name. But yeah, this game will be forfeited here on this back end. Gills left for a very long time. Gills just so happened to just return, but the rule is 10 to 15, and he took about 20. So neither of those numbers are between 20 is not between 10 and 15. So he might have thought 10 to 50. I don't know. But yeah, our next game here. Coming up, Calibrate Envy versus Calibrate Reapers. We're going to get set up for this game, get our spectators ready to go, get the guys in the lobby, and break down this game. Give us about 5 minutes or so, and we'll be back for you guys. See you guys in a bit.